There we go. Good morning, everyone, and welcome on in to the Delayed Adventure Network. Welcome on in, welcome on in. And good morning to, I don't know if you're still here because it's a late start today, but a good morning to Argon and to Shen. Welcome on in to Kagan and Cognitive Hazard. Welcome on in. Good day to Onyx and Winterwolf and Chris. Welcome on in, everybody. Welcome in, welcome in. How are we all doing today? How are we all doing? Yeah, welcome on in, everybody. Thought my brain was a rubber ball. I mean, it's close to a rubber ball. It is not very functional today. It's not a very functional morning today. Did not sleep well last night. Had a doctor's appointment this morning, and then I got hit by the vampire. Finished breakfast, and now we're just gonna chill for the rest of the morning. So welcome on in, Firewing and Lav. Welcome in, welcome in. How are y'all doing? Right, how is you? I am here, Onyx. Yes, it is a rubber ball made in the Soviet Union. Or at the very least, it is a rubber ball that is not well made and it is extremely dried out, cracking, and about to shatter. It is not a very happy rubber ball. It is a very old and crusty rubber ball that is slowly disintegrating. But yeah. It's been a busy morning. Yeah, pretty much, Cog. We're all stuck in a hydraulic press. You're not wrong. You are not wrong. Also, I'm still fighting with YouTube because I'm still not uploading things properly. Fun times. And also, a thank you for that Extra Life donation. I do see that there was a donation to Extra Life for $7.24. Thank you for that. I don't know why it's displaying an odd number like that. Usually Extra Life rounds things. Why are you being weird? I do not know why you are being weird. Yeah, well, a Canadian. That would do it. That would definitely do it, Cog. It's interesting because the Extra Life page is not displaying that donation, so it's probably just catching up. But hey, that means the donation showed up in Firebot for once, so at least I saw it. The on-screen thing still isn't working. It's not displaying on my end, Cog. It's probably just because my page is not refreshing yet. Or because my page did not refresh. Yeah, now it's showing. I had to refresh the page twice. Hey, no worries. No worries. It is good seeing you as well, my friend, and hopefully you had a good vacay. I do hope that you had a good vacay. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Perfect. But yeah, as the loving Cog is apparently spreading the information around to everybody, there is the Extra Life stream this Friday, and link for that and stuff is already live. People care to check it out. Obviously, if you're going to donate, it does not have to be exactly on the day, but we are going to be doing our annual Extra Life stream this Friday. Oh, and we have already hit, we've already hit 2 milestones, I think. Go back to my page, because yeah, if you can't tell, chat, I am not 100% here right now. I'm waiting for I'm waiting for coffee and stuff to kick in. I had to fast for my appointment this morning. It always is. No. But yeah, we actually, looking at the list, have already, as of today, reached 2 milestones. So we're about $300 off from the first public raffle being held. A little under 300. It's about $240 from the first public raffle that is going to be held. And we're already up to 2 toys that are being donated to Lurie's Children's Hospital, of which pay attention to Discord this afternoon, because I'm going to be posting the list of toys that we get to choose from to donate to the hospital. I need to add the rest of the milestones and stuff because they're going to be game specific, as with incentives. That's my big job this afternoon, is getting all of that ready for Friday. But yeah, we have 2 toys already that are going to be donated to the hospital in the name of the community, which is a fantabulous. And one of those, I have to talk to the person that donated. They get to choose. Because the way it works is one of our incentives this year is if you donate $100, you get to personally choose one of the toys that is being donated instead of it being left up to the wheel of roulette. So it's fun. Already shaping up to be an amazing year, and I'm very much looking forward to Friday. Right now, the plans for the charity stream are we're going to be playing a couple of different games, all of them multiplayer. There's hopefully going to be some golf with your friends, so that'll be a thing that's open up to the community. We're definitely going to do some of that Slipstream space game. They all can help us run a spaceship, which will be very interesting because I'll be able to be barking commands at Zero in voice chat as well if I'm the one hosting it, and if he's hosting, we'll do it that way. There's rumors of there being a Pokemon race. But we'll let the community choose that if we're going to do the Pokemon race. Maybe we'll make that a incentive. Because if we raise a certain amount of money, Zero Wolf and I will hold a Pokemon race. It's not going to be... We were talking about doing it to finish the game. But more realistically, what's going to happen is it's going to be a race to the first gym. And who can defeat Brock the fastest. Just to keep the game nice and reasonable. Let me go down and check and see who I said hello to. I think I said hello to Winterwolf, but I have not. Hello to you, my friend. And hello and welcome on into Bunnyfist and no. And yes, you have been booped, my friend. Awesome shell in the Discord. Yep. You're a little ahead of me, Cog. I meant to do all of that this weekend, and just this weekend turned into just a very busy, crafty, just trying with tooth and claw to stay positive all weekend, and it was not easy. It was a hard weekend to be positive for Crafty, but that's okay. I tried. At least I tried. Me is the melty bun. Oh no, is it toasty by you, Bunnyfest? Yeah, it's supposed to be a little bit toasty today. I think our high today is like 86 or 87. So it'll be nice and toasty. No, Gog. I mean, not the anniversary I think you're referring to. No, that was in April. No, it's Revolution Around the Sun. One of my most disliked parts of the year. But that's okay. And thank you, Cog. Thank you. But yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any other housekeeping, and there really isn't. Just looking forward to doing that charity stream on Friday. It should be fun. Should be a lot of fun. Yeah, we do. We really do, Cog. And that's okay. Sorry, brains are still trying to boot up and waiting for caffeine to kick in. Yeah, that's toasty. That's very toasty, Bunnyfist. That's way warmer than us. Hopefully, though, although it really doesn't make that big a difference. You know, I was going to say, hopefully it's at least dry and not humid. But dry heat is its own kind of heck. Like, wet heat is suffocating. Dry heat is dangerous because you don't realize how hot it is until you're completely overheated. Like, everyone's like, oh, at least it's a dry heat. Dry heat isn't that much better. In a lot of ways, dry heat's actually more dangerous because you don't realize it until, like, you're a dried up husk and you're all dehydrated. It's kind of like what we're dealing with right now, is that it's going to be warm and humid, and not a big fan of humidity. I like dry heat because it's not as suffocating. It's easier to breathe, but it's still not fun. Still not fun. Trying to rein my thoughts in this morning is not fun. But yes, charity stream, Friday. That's going to be the top of the news every day this week. Is that we are doing that charity stream on Friday. As a friendly reminder, it is not required by any stretch of the imagination. It is not required that people donate or anything like that. All we ask is that people come in, cheer us on, and keep us sane for the duration of the stream. Raffles are public. They are open to anyone that is a follower of the channel, but you have to be a follower to talk in chat anyway, so that solves that problem. But yeah, they are open to everybody, regardless of donos or anything like that. We are going to be raffling off some interesting things this year. We've got plenty of Steam games and some other surprises as well that I will be showing off on a Friday morning. It will be fun. It'll be very, very fun. Here with 12 minutes of pure unapologetic magnifier sunlight on the way home, not a single cloud. Yeah, that's not fun, Bunnyfist. Used my umbrella from halfway on, so it was unbearable. Yeah. Oh, I bet. Bunnyfist. That is something I learned hiking in Arizona. Was there's no shame in bringing an umbrella with you to bring your own shade. Like, most of the trails out there are at least partially wooded, so it's not like the beating sun all the time. But there is one hike in particular that if we ever do it again, I'm bringing an umbrella. Yeah, I'm getting one. Probably not as big as Parker's because that thing is ginormous. That is a big one. But no, I'll be getting myself some sort of a small umbrella. Also, I highly recommend sun shirts and stuff like that. Let me look at this link. Yeah, I will watch that later, Cog. But yeah, that is kind of my feelings. It's kind of my feelings. Oh, I bet, Parker. Just about bartenders for now, at least. Hey, you can always complain about the sun, Bunnyfist. As much as I am a desert creature, the rays of the sun are not my friend either. I have had heat exhaustion more times than I care to admit. It happens so fast being a fair-skinned person. I mean, I'm not Irish, so I'm not that bad, but my poor white German skin is also not a big fan of the sun. Well, yeah, because it's not as UV blocking. Oh, I bet you do, Cog. I bet you do. No, I'll be bringing my sun shirts on Saturday. Hey, welcome on in, Mind Matter. Welcome on in. You have missed nothing. You have missed nothing, my friend. We got started late today because I had a doctor's appointment this morning. Which the doctor is very pleased how I've responded to the medicine and just taking off the rest of the tests he wanted me to get and getting all that taken care of. And then it was actually an interesting conversation with the doc. Because we talked about, like, starting the medicine and how it's pretty much wonderful that it's doing exactly what it's doing. And then I brought up the thing of, like, going to the gym and stuff, that I really hope now that I've got more energy and less fatigue that I'll be able to lose some weight, because I know that's something he wanted me to do. And this is how you know, and this goes for men, but this is particularly important for those of us who are of the feminine persuasion. The doc was like, yeah, but let's not focus on weight loss right now. Let's just focus on being healthy. I have never had a doctor do that to me. Like, usually the first thing I get when I walk into a doctor's office is like, yeah, you're overweight, you need to lose weight, and that will solve all your problems. And it gets so tiring because it's like, I'm well aware that I'm a heavier person. But I also can hike 10 miles with absolutely no issues, routinely go to the gym, outwalk a lot of my friends, and can keep up with everyone who's like a foot taller than me without any repercussions. Like, people look at me and they go, oh, you're unhealthy because you're overweight. And then I go rock climb. It's like looks can be a bit deceiving. Just because I'm overweight doesn't mean I'm not like actually out there and doing something. And it was really refreshing that the doc is like, yeah, I agree that you need to lose weight, but let's focus on getting you healthy first. And then once you're healthy, that will just happen. And we also talked about the fact that I tried intermittent fasting and it made me really dizzy. And he's like, yeah, don't do that. He's like, do not do intermittent fasting. One, that's not going to work for you because just you you have POTS. Intermittent fasting is going to make that worse. So just don't do it. And he just said, just yeah, like eat healthy and keep doing what you're doing at the gym. I got 15 minutes before I burn it. Yeah. Well, exactly, Pixie. I have learned the value of sun shirts. I'm just saying, trouble. I'm slipping out. Trying to think catching one of my legs and knees. And how so? How so, Cog? Missed you last night. Why would you have? Well, yeah. No, I did not stream yesterday morning. I'm thinking, wait, it's morning for me, but night for you. I had to do that conversion. But yeah, I missed you all yesterday too. But Zero and I had a very productive day of running errands and stuff. The only the only disappointment from yesterday was we were all ready to try out the smoker that we have. We inherited just a small backyard smoker from our friends who didn't want it. They inherited it from somebody, and they're like, "We're never going to use this," so they gave it to us. And we finally pulled it out yesterday because we had time to. I got the chicken all ready. We got the smoker box all ready. Go to hit the button to start it. Thing won't turn on. It's like, no. That's not very good for the Beretta to dry fire it, Batman. You shouldn't do that. Dry firing is not really good for guns. At the very least, they should have given you blanks or something like that. Yeah, hyperextend my knees without realizing it's just normally. It's probably, yeah, probably, Cog. And I mean, you might be able to solve that with like Kineso tape or like a light brace or something. Got my first migraine this year yesterday at 6:30 a.m. Oof. Yeah, that's not fun, Bunny Fist. That is not fun. I am cautiously optimistic right now that with this new medicine I've been taking, that migraines won't be a thing. Because I have not had a migraine since I started taking it, and it's been delightful. It's been so delightful. Smoker refused to turn on because it wasn't plugged in. Maybe Zero. And no, we have not figured out why it didn't start firing. This was about 4:30 yesterday, and the solution was we don't know why it's working. I turned on the oven and just cooked the chicken inside. That's all I did. And blanks are extremely loud. I mean, they're basically a bullet without the shot or the lead slug. Yeah, okay, but to reheat my taco pizza. Oh, that sounds delicious, Lab. Also, I feel like I missed a message earlier. Good news. Nope, I caught it. I caught the one from Bunny Fist. That was the one I saw pop up. I haven't even let that. Yeah, that's not fun, Bunny Fist. Although I can understand that. Real bad migraines, you don't want to do anything. I think over 22. Yeah. Do you think we can get it to work? I have no idea, Firewing. Yeah, that's fair, Zero. Well, I mean, we can always try plugging it in inside. We just won't fire it up to see if it turns on. But yeah, that's not surprising, Melina. And I have my opinions about home ownership of large arms and stuff like that. And they tend to clash with most Americans' opinions on owning guns. Like, I'm not against it, but I think that America has a bit of an obsession with it. I also realized that my levels are off because I was recording on Thursday. At least I tried to. First hour takes a lot. Yeah, it does. Or however limited. Yeah. Yeah, and frankly, a lot of those larger guns should be illegal in the US too, but that's a personal opinion. Personally, I think private ownership of like and a sort of heavy arms is not necessary, and there's no way that you can convince me that you need an AK-47 to hunt deer. But that's a personal opinion. That is a personal opinion, which like I said, clashes with a lot of Americans. This is coming from someone who wants to own a small 22 for target shooting and stuff like that. Anyway, that's a rabbit hole I don't want to get down. We need to decide what we're playing today, chat, because I have not a clue. It's going to be a shorter stream. Take you to the range and shoot my AK and you'll start to understand. Well, no, I understand. I understand, Cog. But I don't think you need private ownership of that. That can be something that you can go to a range, rent from the range, and then give back to the range. And a lot of it boils down to the fact of I don't trust 99% of the US population to be responsible enough to have a gun that powerful. Like, if the US population could prove to me that they're responsible enough to have those kind of things, then I'd be a little less concerned about it. But the average American is not responsible enough to have that. In fact, the average American isn't responsible enough to drive a car. But that's a whole different subject. And yes, the deer are going to revolt someday. No, you got that wrong. I woke up at 6:15. I noticed my sight. Yep, that's not fun. Take my meds and my... Yep, yeah. Well, and that's smart. That's smart, Bunny Fist. And hopefully those meds are taking effect, or at least knocking it down a little bit. Oh, very nice, Batman. Very nice. Very nice. Range and ages. That's one of the many things that we need to do is we need to renew our passports. We need to renew our FOID cards. I need to renew the registration on my car. Well, yeah, exactly, which is why I said I'm not getting down that rabbit hole, Cog. Why I said I'm not getting down that rabbit hole. But my personal opinion is that no, with very, very few exceptions, the American public doesn't need to have guns that powerful in their personal possession. Like, I have nothing against having, like, shotguns and small arms and stuff like that, but the more powerful stuff, the average person is not responsible enough to handle that stuff. But at any rate, chat, what should we play today? What should we play today? Because I'm up for Doki, I'm up for Pokopia. We could boot up a random farming sim. We could do Goblin Cleanup. Because it is going to be a shorter stream today because of the whole starting late stuff. And admittedly, I am not firing on all cylinders right now. I don't think I've done more than, like, 2 levels in it, Parker. It's kind of sad. I've barely played Goblin Cleanup. I actually wanted to look to see if it was on sale so I could drag 0 into it. Because that would be a fun thing to do for, that'd be a fun thing to do for charity. Because we could play a little bit of Goblin Cleanup on Friday. Yeah, it is not currently on sale, unfortunately. Oh, we'll figure it out. Oh, God, it's on sale with Yap Yap. That's hilarious. We'll figure it out. From Cold War Display, more Cinnabon. You can also do more Cinnabon. That's also an option. Well, yeah, it's very true. Very, very true, Bunny Fist. And I will never deny the catharsis there is from target shooting. Like, I very much enjoy plinking at targets. Like, I have many, many happy memories of being in the backyard and throwing clay pigeons for the rest of the family. I was never good at pigeon shooting. And by that, I mean clay pigeons. Let me be specific. Clay target shooting. There you go. I was usually the designated clay target thrower because we have one of those really nice ground mounted clay target throwers. And I throw those for the rest of the family. But then when it came to like the static targets, like clinking tin cans and little spin targets and stuff like that, that was me. I love target shooting. So I have Goblin Cleanup and he doesn't. That is correct, Ugly Stoat. I have Goblin Cleanup. I kickstarted it. But he did not. He did not. Yeah, I don't know what that is, Batman. I mean, I know what my dream target handgun is, but that's probably never going to happen because it just isn't. I'm more inclined to spend my money on other things. And that's okay. That is okay. Well, yeah. Yeah, and that's true. Also, welcome on in, Pyro. Welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, I never did a lot of target shooting with the rifles, mostly because we didn't get the youth rifle until I was in my 20s. And I was not safe with the shotgun. To put it quite simply, we had a normal double-barreled shotgun. Smith& Wesson, I think it was too, but don't quote me on that. But I wasn't safe with it because I could barely hold it. My arms aren't long enough. Like, I could definitely seat it to my shoulder and couch it properly, but I just literally couldn't control the gun because it was too long. And eventually we did get a, yeah. Well, exactly, Cock, exactly. Eventually we did pick up a youth 20 gauge shotgun with the shorter barrel and might not have actually been might not have actually been a 20 gauge, but whatever it was a youth size shotgun. And that was bought for myself, my stepmom, and the nephews. Because even she, I mean, my stepmom's like a couple inches taller than me. Even she would have trouble with the normal size 20 gauge. And she was really good at clay target shooting. She was really good. Yeah. Yeah, and you'd have to do the same with me, Cog. 100% you'd have to do the same with me. Can't even shoulder my 12 gauge, yep. Yeah, I could do it. I could shoulder, I don't know why I'm saying 20 gauge, I mean 12 gauge. I'm tired. I could shoulder them, but it's just difficult for me to hang on to the whole thing because it's just such a long, I mean, it's called a long gun for a reason. It also sounds like we're doing Goblin Cleanup on Friday now. Yeah, I want a SIG. If I ever get anything Batman, I would get a SIG. I just want to hear the ping. It's a family friend. That's true. That is true. This is a family friendly channel. Adjustable socket. This should be. Well, yeah. No, I agree. I agree, Cog. I mean, I understand that in some things it's not a thing, but whatever. Doesn't matter. I mean, let's be honest too, Cog. All of the stuff that I had growing up in our household was legacy stuff. All the stuff that we had in our house was legacy, like handed down through the family and stuff like that. So all of our stuff was old. Well maintained, but old. And yes. Yeah, believe it or not, Tank, although it's not that hard to believe. Your resident host does enjoy target shooting. I am best with a 22. I am best with a 22, be it a rifle or a hand. Essentially, what is this essentially, Cog? What is this essentially? I was carrying on a meaningful conversation waiting for my lab test this morning with a farmer because he and another guy were talking about boots, and I peeked up when he mentioned that his boots were Ariats, and he caught me checking out his boots. He's like, "Oh, you like boots?" I'm like, "Yeah, I had a pair of Ariat riding boots." And I always thought that they were better than like your generalized cowboy boots. And we got into an in-depth conversation about different kinds of boots. There are people who will say because your family did not actually farm that you are not actually country. We farmed. See that, and see that's the funny thing, Cog, is that we paid somebody to do most of the field work for us. Because yeah, we had 4 acres of hay in the backyard. We paid someone to do the hayfield most of the time, but if the farmer couldn't do it, we just grabbed the tractor. Like, I knew how to drive a tractor, a good old John Deere, well before I ever learned how to drive a car. Now, didn't do it often. Did not do it often. But I mean, the first vehicle I ever drove besides the go-kart was a 1945 John Deere 1250, I think it was. It was gas. Wasn't a steam. It was a gas tractor because I wasn't allowed to drive the steam one until I had more practice. Yeah, first vehicle I ever drove was a tractor. But no, I get what you're saying, Cog. Because yeah, there are some people that say just because I didn't actually grow up on a farm, I'm not a country girl or something like that. But the definition of farm is very loose in my mind. Because, like, we had a hay field and I worked in a horse barn. So that's country enough for me. I don't enjoy the feel of Ariots. I always prefer Irish setters. Yeah. And everyone has their favorite boots, Pyro. And the thing is I had a pair of Ariat riding boots. But I don't remember what brand I had for my paddock boots. My paddock boots might have been like Wolverines or something. But my riding boots are Ariats because they were the best riding boots I could find that were small enough for me. Because that's somewhat a limiting factor for me trying to find stuff like that. But yeah, my paddock boots were just a Farm and Fleet special. Also, welcome on in, Tank, if I didn't say hello to that. Sought to use everything that 12 tablet braces hold the bigs up and hold the force out. Yep. Yeah, my bracing, Pyro, was, Dad told me to stand against the side of the house and put the house to my back to use it to brace me. And then we took, I think, 4 kitchen towels, draped them over my shoulder because the shooting vest wasn't small enough for me. Because we had a padded shooting vest. But it was too big for me to wear. The pad wasn't in the right place. So we had to put kitchen towels on my shoulder to act as padding. And it almost, still even bracing myself against the house, that gun almost knocked me over the first time I fired it. And then I learned. You learned. But it was fun. It was fun. Be different. Yeah, well, that's also true. That's also true, Cog. Need to get gumboots. Gumboots are good. It's my steel toes. See, I like shoe shopping. I need to get myself a nice pair of Doc Martens at some point. Because I do want to get a good pair of Stompy boots. Right now, the best pair of boots I have are the ones I got at Ren Fair, which I do love wearing those around. Last round of Baldur's Gate. Oh no. It's gonna stress me out with every dang. Well, I mean, you can also play it unmodded, Azulio. Like, if the mods keep giving you trouble, then don't mod it. Just play it vanilla until you find more stable mods. Around a lot. I need to wear the Sandlars more. Yeah, I would say yeah, Parker. It's really nice to stomp around in the Sandlars. It is really, really nice to stomp around in the Sandlar boots. And I mean, for how much those things cost, you might as well wear them more. I very much like throwing those things on. It's great because it's almost the season. I love tossing those things on in summer with one of my various kilts that I have now. And just like going out to breakfast or something downtown or going to shopping. It's so fun. I think we have 2 to 3 Ren Fairs to go to this year. That's awesome, Parker. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to Bristol this year. Because Bristol is doing some pretty not cool stuff at the moment, and I don't know if I want to support that. Yeah. That's kind of how I feel right now, Parker. That's kind of how I feel. Because besides the fact that they jacked up the price a ton, there's some stuff coming about what they're there's some stuff coming out now about what they're paying their employees that is very not cool. So, we'll see. Yes. Yeah, we will be at Anthro again, Parker. That is locked in that we will be at Anthrocon again this year. My only thing is I have not decided if the big costume is coming or not. I'm close enough, though, be some. I mean, you are more than welcome to come hang out at Anthrocon, Parker. It's an experience. It is definitely an experience. I suppose I will just have to play. But I mean, if the mods are giving you trouble, Azulio, it's not worth fighting with them. The mods are giving you trouble. I would just say play it vanilla. I don't think you can book them until July, Cog. I don't know if the rooms are open yet. Because I know I'm going to be booking up a backup room at the Aloft again, and then we'll do the lottery. Which I would say I am more than willing to do what we did last year. And try to do the lottery to get the cheaper room. I must insist. Well, yeah. I mean, if they're not the mods that are crashing, Azulio. Like, what you could do is, what you could do is you just start with one mod, test it, then you add another mod, kind of like you do with Stardew. But it depends also when they're crashing. So we had groups split off the local rent fair and start their own. I don't know, again, there sucks. Yeah. Yeah, we need to see if there's some other smaller Ren fairs around us, because I do want to go to fair again. It's just, we're going to have to go to a different one. I mean, we can go to Michigan, we can go to Indiana, we can go to Iowa. I'd love to go to the Arizona Ren Fair, but that's in March. We already missed that one. But no, I would still like to go to Ren Fairs. I just don't know if we're going to be doing Bristol. We might be protesting Bristol this year. That's not a terrible drive, Parker. Better than ours. Can't book through the lottery, but I can check availability with Marriott Magic. Yeah. Well, exactly, Cog, exactly. And I'm guessing you can't do the lottery, Cog, because of, you don't have points with the hotels that they use. The lottery doesn't happen until, like, November, because MFF is stupid. In the country. Okay, the table slot, yep. Gonna have an appearance. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Azulio, it's you add one mod, test it, add another mod, test it, add another mod, test it, and see which one's the one that's crashing everything. Do large LS one. Oh yeah, oh no, and that's what we're doing too, Cog. I always book up a backup room. Yeah, we're going to do what we always do, and I'm just going to book a room at the Aloft, because the Aloft is close enough. And I don't like the room size at the Aloft, but the price is right. Like, I'm not a huge fan of the room size at the Aloft. It'd be nicer if they were slightly larger rooms. But, the price is right, and it's consistent. Yeah, and I don't know about modding Baldur's Gate. I don't know if you use something like Nexus Mod or Vortex or anything which would tell you what mod is causing the problem. I'm surprised that if there isn't a mod manager for Baldur's Gate. I'd be very surprised if there wasn't a mod manager that would tell you things like what's crashing. Because I always use mod managers for stuff like that. There should be a log, Azulio. There should be a log that goes with it. Just locks up at a certain percentage. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure Vortex has a log. You just have to find it. Oh, freezing is another type of crashing, Azulio. Something is going wrong, and it is locking up. Yes, I agree. Red Wings are a good solid choice of boots as well. Although I like the look of Docs better. Although I don't know if that actually is a valid thing because it matters how they feel, not how they look. Feel is a lot more important than how they look. No, I only meant to talk for a couple of minutes, but here we are. Docs, have you locked up? No, you're just looking at a cliff for some reason. Yeah. I mean, they do. They do, Cog. A lot of people that wear docs for work. It's just, it depends on what your kind of work is. Like, docs are great if you're working in the service industry, like a server. Not so much if you're working in a warehouse. Heck yeah, Pyro. That's a good way to do it. I'm trying to... Currently, I'm trying to finish up Dave the Diver so I can start a new game. That game is definitely captured my interest at the moment. Yeah, they don't usually sell them at the stores, Cog. They're special order. Because let's be honest, people wear docs for the fashion, not the function, but they do have function stuff. Companies make weird stuff. Companies make very weird stuff. Like, you think of Jaguar and you think of cars, and I think of Jaguar and go, oh yeah, that's one of the best saddles I've ever ridden in. Because there are Jaguar equestrian saddles. Specifically dressage. I have ridden in a Jaguar dressage saddle. It's weird. Got the logo and everything on it. I think there's a Jaguar baby stroller too, which is just why. But sure. One of those why but sure things. Fashion abomination. Hey. Don't call them fashion abominations. I want a pair of those fashion abominations so I can be big and stompy. I want big stompy boots because I am small and must stomp. I am small, must stomp. No. Markings. Well, that's not what I'm looking at. I'm just looking at a pair of flat black ones. But I do want a nice, like, sole on and stuff. Anyway. Now I'm just being silly. Now I am just being silly. Never had a standard running shoe surviving year of my life. I mean, that's kind of normal, though, Pyro. You're supposed to replace running shoes every 6 months. Gotcha, Cog. But yeah, that's not surprising, Pyro. You're supposed to replace running shoes every 6 months, if that. I knew somebody that was training for a marathon, and they switched out their running shoes every 3 months because they'd wear them out that fast. I mean, on average... Yeah, well, exactly, Cog. Like, I have 3 pairs of shoes, like, that I routinely will rotate through. I've got my stuff that's for, like, outside walking. I've got my stuff that's for inside walking. And then I've got my stuff that's, for, like, going to D&D when you're not doing a lot of walking. And that's not including the fact that I have a pair of hiking boots and a pair of hiking shoes. Like, I'm going through my head right now how many different pairs of shoes I accumulate, and I think it's 6 pairs. Because I've got my outdoor shoes, I've got my indoor walking shoes, I've got my bumming around at D&D shoes, I've got a pair of sandals, and then I've got my hiking shoes that don't have ankle support, and then I have my boots, which have ankle support. Like, and I don't expect any of those, so, like, the walking shoes, I'm lucky to get 6 months out of those. Like, Zero teases me that whenever we go to, like, DSW, I'll come home with, like, 3 pairs of shoes from the clearance rack and just put them in the closet. But, 1, clearance. 2, they wear out that fast. Like, I've got a pair I gotta throw out now, actually. Because there's no tread left on them. Let me see, stompy boots. Yeah, I know, I agree. Everyone does need big stompy boots. Okay, so material breaking down the actual measurements. Yep, very true, Kyle. Why the heck are they so expensive then? I have duct tape the size of a tread over a month. Good shoes are unfortunately expensive, Pyro. They're one of those things that, like, good shoes, good food, good clothes, they cost a little bit more. Unfortunately, they do. Yeah, well, that's what I do, Cog. I have 2 pairs that I routinely just kind of trade off on, depending on what we're doing and activity levels and all that. But I actually gotta get rid of one of those. But yeah, my only advice, Pyro, is if you have a store called DSW near you, if you have a DSW, check their clearance aisle. And same thing goes if you have like an REI or a Cabela's or a Gander Mountain, check the clearance aisles. Because a lot of times you'll get a display model for the shoes or something at 50 to 75% off, and there's nothing wrong with them. They were just the display. That is routinely where I pick up my shoes, is I grab the display models, because if I'm getting fashion shoes, we're not looking at cross trainers or running shoes. I don't care what they look like. I just need good shoes. Yep. Yeah. Anything that touches. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Because yeah, that does cover food and clothing. I melted the last set. How did you melt them, Pyro? I'm guessing that was at work. Because I'm the queen of clearance at DSW. I think the last time we were there, I got like $175 worth of shoes for $50 because they were all clearance, heavily marked down display models, and I had a coupon. I always try to take advantage of the birthday coupon that DSW likes to send you. I think they were also doing something where it was like buy 2, get 1 on clearance. And I always try to stock up when they do stuff like that, because there's nothing wrong with buying shoes ahead of time. Absolutely nothing wrong with buying shoes ahead of time. And I got really lucky, actually, the last time we were at REI, too. I found a pair of $120 shoes for like $30. And those things are going to last me forever because they got Vibram soles on them, and those things wear like dang. And why do I suddenly have the hiccups? That is not fun. Oh, chat, what are we going to play today? I have Dokimon booted up, so we could do Dokimon. Probably just do that since it's already plugged in. And Dokimon's fairly low brain. Well, yeah, and that's true. That is true too, Kyle. That's why I have 2 pairs that I cycle through. And I try not to wear them 2 days in a row. Particularly at a convention, because that just gets icky. That just gets icky. Do not like. Sadly, another example of being. Well, yeah. Yeah. It's true. It is true, Cog. And I mean, there are ways to combat it. Like I said, I never pay full price for a pair of shoes. The loft is all prepay, no refund, no changes. That's not normal, Cog. I usually am able to get a refund, no changes. Are you going through their website? I'm assuming you are. Maybe they opened up the rooms early this year. Usually they don't let me book until it's 6 months out. Maybe they're already sold out. Who knows? Yeah, it always defaults to prepay. It always defaults to prepay because they want you to prepay and not have a refund. No, I am not going through booking.com. Heck that site. I don't think so. Yeah, that sounds about right, Cog. That's why I always try to get one through the lottery. And they know that they can jack the prices up that weekend because it's MFF. What, it's the 4th through 6th this year, I believe. It's going to be 1 room, 2 adults. 2 rates. Rooftop work, air nailing shingles. Yeah, that would do it. Yeah, that'll do it, Pyro. Because that do get hot up there. Additional... You know, just give me the cheapest room. I love how you always default to the, Yeah, I don't know what you're looking at, Cog, because I'm looking at the Aloft. And it's telling me, $218 a night. Those are the 6. Yeah, I'm not counting Monday. Because we don't stay till Monday. We always check out on Sunday. But yeah, $385 a night for MFF is pretty standard, Firewing. It's better than, better than Anthrocon. Because yeah, I'm looking at a king bed at the Aloft, and it's $218 a night. Oh, yeah, you're right. The 6th is Sunday. I'm awake. But yeah, I'm looking at a king bed in the Aloft, and it says $218 a night. And that's the flexible rate. That later. And I'm just looking at a single king. Are you getting it that cheap? I have no idea, Cog. I just pulled up the site. I did Thursday the 6th through Sunday. Excuse me, Thursday the 3rd, December 3rd through Sunday the 6th. 1 room, 2 adults, special rate, lowest regular rate. View rates. Are you using a VPN, Cog? And this is an honest question. Are you using a VPN? Because it... Yeah, that's why. That's why. Yeah, fun fact, chat, for people that don't know this. If you are trying to book hotel rooms and you have a VPN, play around with the VPN to get the lowest rate, because it does ping where you are trying to book the room from. I have no idea then, Cog. I have no idea. Because I'm looking at it right now, and I'm looking at 1 king bed, a loft room, flexible rate, $218. And the member flexible rate is $209. So I don't know why it's cheaper than... Well, yeah. Yeah. So I would check again in a couple of hours, Cog, to see if it's different, or change your VPN location to see if you can get it cheaper. Because it depends. It honestly depends on where your VPN says you are, or like what time of day you're trying to book the room and all that. It will change the price. Which is really scary now, because they're starting to do that in stores now, too. They are also starting to do that in stores. It's kind of crazy. Something like that. Also use a plane. Yeah. Oh, it's scummy. It is very, very scummy. It is very, very, very scummy that people are doing that. But yeah, they're starting to do that at Walmart now, too. Which is kind of crazy. Kind of crazy they're doing crap like that now. Yeah, I will look at this later because I cannot book while I am on stream. Cannot book that while I am on stream. I would also recommend, even if it is a cheaper price, don't use things like Expedia or Booking.com because they cause more problems than they solve. They cause way more problems than they solve, unfortunately. Variable pricing, Firewing. There are some Walmarts out there that don't have prices on the racks anymore. They just have a barcode. And they can change the price remotely anytime they want. And it's kind of not good, to put it simply. Kind of not good. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to rack my brain with what we are going to play today. Trying to rack my brain with what I want to play today. I do not know what I want to play today. Crappy is that, sure can do alright. They just bring up what they... Yeah. No, it's true. It's true, Ugly Stoat. I've seen that happen on Amazon, actually. Don't know if that was actually what was happening, but I did see something wonky happening with Amazon prices once. But it is what it is. The nice thing is I'm the kind of person that's like, oh, that's not what the rack said. Okay, we're not buying it. I just won't buy it. Back in the middle days of... Yeah, well, yeah, pretty much, Bunnyfist, pretty much. Yeah. Well, the science they say, Firewing, is that if something is in higher demand, that's when the price will go up. Which is kind of dumb. But I'm not going to get into that because I am not smart enough to have that conversation. I can't even decide what game I want to play today. I legitimately can't even decide what game we are going to play today. Alright, so I'm going to go take a washroom break, chat, because I am out of coffee and need to get normal hydration. And actually, sorry, the way you said that, Firewind, just made me laugh. Because I'm having a... I'm not having an argument. I'm having a very amusing discussion on an Instagram post as of yesterday. Just a quick story time, and then I'll go take my break. And I find this so funny. I follow a lot of, like, stunt performers and stuff on Instagram because I love knowing that kind of stuff. Not to mention stunt performers are vastly underrated, and they do a lot of cool stuff. And I also follow, like, a lot of special effects people, which also brings you into the stunt people. Well, one of the people I follow is a professional wrestler. She does a lot of, like, exhibition stuff. She does a lot of Japanese wrestling. So if you're familiar with Japanese wrestling, you know that those people are a special kind of crazy. But I like watching her videos because they're really cool. And she's got a really, really awesome wrestler costume. She dresses up as a succubus. But she recently posted a picture, or not a picture, she posted a reel of one of her practice sessions. And having done some stage combat stuff in the past, I could very clearly see what was happening in the video. So I commented on it, because what happened is their person tells, okay, you're going to give a big push to her, she's going to fall and then kick you. Great. Just practicing moves. So you see the dude push her. He doesn't actually, like, he barely even makes contact with her shoulders, and she goes over backwards and does a back fall. I think it's a back fall into a back roll, but regardless. So he pushes her, she goes down, and then she does a groin kick. And granted, I think she did clip him, but it is a perfectly placed stunt kick, which is what you do. Like, there is and this is going to sound really, really weird, there is a proper way to kick someone in the groin and not hurt them. There is a way to do it. And it basically is, you have to really trust your partner, proper positioning, and it's basically you kick them on the inner thigh. Like, it is completely safe for both men and women, but you do have to trust your partner when you're doing it and set it up right, because if you mess up, you're going to clip something. Watching the video, I could see very clearly that's what she was doing. So I commented on the video and said, hey, this is really cool. Like, I love it when you do this behind the scenes stuff. And it reminds me of one of my favorite classes I ever took at a workshop with the SAFD, it was a class called Groin Shots Are Funny. We spent 2 hours kicking each other in the groin and finding different ways to do it and making it really funny, and nobody got hurt. It was great. So I commented on the video just saying that, hey, this reminds me of one of my favorite classes. And a whole bunch of people, they liked the post. They commented, yeah, I remember taking some of those classes too. And then I had one person reply to my comment saying, oh, you must be a girl because groin shots are never funny. They hurt. And I'm like, person, you completely missed the point. So I responded back to them and said, well, one, doesn't matter what gender you are, getting kicked hurts. 2, you'll notice that I said workshop and class. Look up stage combat. It's a really fun thing to know, and being that she is a wrestler, this is what she's doing. You might think that this isn't, like, one soapbox that I will fight for is whenever someone says, well, I don't watch wrestling because it's fake. No, wrestling is not fake. Wrestling is scripted, but it is not fake. Yeah, they are dumb. They are dumb. And it's really funny just seeing the comments of the video of everyone jumping on this person like, you just don't. You don't know what you're talking about. This person that said groin shots are funny, they know what they're talking about. Like, I know what a thut is. Thut or buthut. There are 2 ways to say it. But yeah, it was just, oh my god. The whole keeping it PG thing just made me think of that. But yeah, it's like, if anyone ever says wrestling is fake, it's not. Wrestling might be scripted, but there's nothing fake about it. Trust me. I spent multiple days at a workshop learning how to get hit in the head with a folding chair. And not a prop, an actual aluminum folding chair. It's not fake. Yeah. Well, exactly, Winterwolf. Exactly. Well, and the thing, too, is that it's one of those things that people don't think about. Like, I certainly didn't. I grew up thinking that wrestling was fake, too. And then when I started taking those stage combat classes, the pieces fit together and went, oh, yeah, no, this isn't fake. Like, it's staged. Like, they're doing things in a way that is safe and effective. But it's still really people getting slammed into the mat or getting hit with chairs. It's just they do it in such a way that you're getting minimally injured. Note, I don't say not hurt, minimally injured. Because I remember, oh my god, I remember coming home for some of those stage combat classes I was taking, and I'd have to wear long sleeves because I'd be covered in bruises. I'd be absolutely covered in bruises. But I mean, it's like going to martial arts training. Like, you're not going to come out of this unscathed. Like, things happen and you're going to get banged up a little bit. This is about aluminum folding chair. I was talking about a small Instagram argument I'm in with somebody on Instagram about stage combat stuff. And how people like to say that wrestling is fake. And I will fight on that soapbox. Wrestling is not fake. It might be staged and rehearsed, but it's not fake. Like, And the thing that brought up the aluminum chair laugh I didn't spend 2 hours in a workshop class learning how to get hit by an aluminum chair to say that it's fake. Like, I have done things in my life. Like, I know how to get hit in the head with a folding chair. I know how to, fall on a breakable table. That's a fun one, learning how to do that. Um, I've learned the stereotypical, think of a Western movie where they take the person's head and run it down the bar. I know how to do that safely. And let me tell you, sugar glass hurts. They tell you that sugar glass, when you break through it, doesn't hurt. They lie. Sugar glass stings. A lot better than real glass, but it still is not easy. I've done so many weird things in my life. All right, anyway, chat, I need to go take a break and get some hydration. The coffee apparently is kicked in. So ponder what we're going to play. Um, we're probably just going to end up playing Doki Mom, but if anyone has strong feelings about playing something else, we can play something else for today. So, yeah, get up, stretch, grab drinks, grab snacks, and we will be back after these messages. All right. We are back, my friends. We are back. I don't remember all of these pictures being here last time. Also, I don't remember that. Hold on. I never noticed that there were numbers on that duck. And I don't know what that means. I feel like that might mean something. Don't mind me being weird. Make it so hard to navigate around here. I feel like that's an important number on that particular duck, but I don't know how to access it. Oh well, that's a future crafty problem. All right, so does not sound like anyone had strong opinions about what we played today. So I guess we'll just do more Doki monsters and try to roll credits on that one. We're close. I know that we are close to finishing that game. We're just not quite at the finish line yet. Hey, and welcome on in, Melina. If I didn't say hello to you, my friend, welcome on in. Welcome on in. How are you doing? Wrestling is so not fake. Just, yeah, boy, exactly. Exactly. All right, so let me make sure that everything is getting captured properly. And then we'll just chill out in Doki Monsters. Game audio should be that. I'm laughing as I'm resetting everything. Because I tried really hard to record a bunch of episodes last week. So I could be like a little bit ahead for the YouTube stuff. And turns out that it's a little hard to get ahead when you have to do a whole bunch of level farming. I did not get quite as far. Don't do that. Didn't get quite as far into Ride Out as I wanted to, but that's okay. I'll figure out what episode of Dokimon it is when I upload it to YouTube. Doki Monster Quest. There we go. There we go. All right, let me grab my controllers and we will dive into this. And hopefully roll credits today. Who knows? Ba-dump and ba-dump. Hopefully there's sound. We know sound in this is low, so we should be good. So you should be hearing something, chat. Also, welcome on in, Revelation. Welcome in, welcome in. How are you doing today? How are you doing, my friend? Okay. I hope that you're hearing the game, Lav. I hope that you were hearing the game, my friend. That's right. Let's defeat 8 rangers so we can move on to the final area up north. Yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right, Revelation. Okay, so it looks like we're missing a ranger somewhere. So we've got to figure out who the 8th ranger is. Because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, we have 8. So Right. There's a town south of here and an ancient town around somewhere too. Townspeople in the ancient village should know what we have to do to stop Godriel. Come along with you once we get closer. Now I'm gonna. Okay, so we just gotta find the village, I guess. And also, I see that there were some stream streaks I missed there in the chat. So, congrats to the stream streak for Winter Wolf and Batman. Sure, I guess we're fighting them. I wasn't going to fight them, but sure, we'll fight them. I gotta remember how to play again. I do remember last time we played this, so apparently I had been going backwards. So we did things in the wrong order. I do remember we did things in the wrong order last time, which basically got me to level farm. But yeah, tell me about your weekends, friends. Tell me about your weekends. Like I said, mine was a weekend. Was a weekend. Oh, nuggies are yummy. They are, JD. They are. I haven't had dino nuggies in a while, though. I try not to buy those too frequently, so they stay a treat for us. I still need to find out if our store has the dino tater tots. Yeah, it's very true, Lab. It's very true. I actually need to reach out to the person that did... I need to reach out to the person that did my new emotes and see if I can get that one with the rainbow, an alternative version where contained within the rainbow it just says overthinking. Because I think that would be very appropriate for this stream. I do believe that that would be very appropriate to have just a moniker that says overthinking. It is me, after all. I also feel like I might be missing things in chat, and that's just, I think, paranoia speaking. Yeah, welcome on in, Daichi. Welcome in, welcome in. How are you doing today? Being observed by the Snowfloss. Heck yeah. Heck yeah, Games of Jewel. Also, welcome on in, Games of Jewel. Welcome in, welcome in. How are you doing today? Yeah, you're not wrong, Lav. You are not wrong. Both Cog and Zero can attest to that, too. I do have a tendency to find the most complicated way to solve things. Which I swear to goodness is not what, like, I intend to do, it's just what happens. Like, I don't intend to overcomplicate things, it just kind of happens. Oh, nice, Games of Jewel, nice. Yeah, I've got a lot of setup stuff to do this afternoon for Friday. Mostly, I've just got to make the Discord post that I meant to do over the weekend, and it just never happened. Will also be, the general encouragement of a couple different people, I am going to be putting a new channel into Discord called the Charity Channel, which is pretty much for anyone who is planning a charity stream to advertise and stuff in. I don't have one of these. So let's see if we can't try to catch it. Even though it's corrupted, it still might be worth catching. I mean, it still counts. Premiums we'll use later. Do mine for my new stuff. Yeah, that's fair. That is fair, Games of Jewel. Oh, that's a dream of mine someday to have enough... A dream of mine someday to have enough spare coin to legitimately just do a massive overhaul of the stream. Be very, very cool someday to do a massive overhaul of things. Because I've been playing this game for the last couple of weeks. I don't know. I don't know, Daichi. I mean, we're also doing the piano version of the battle music. We could do the 8-bit version, but I prefer piano. Also, welcome on in, Pick.
Towards the overhaul. XD.
XD. Well, thank you, Pixie, for those 100 capabilities towards the overhaul. That is very sweet of you, my friend. How are you doing today? How are you doing? No, that overhaul is a ways away, because right now the right now it's let's just pay bills. Right now the focus is paying bills. Probably will be for... Oh, I need to catch one of these. And probably will be for a while, because medical bills are medical bills. Alright, let's catch this guy. But yeah, sorry, I'm still thinking, Daichi, why this battle music might sound familiar, and I'm drawing a blank. I am drawing a blank. However, there was a path down here to a box that I can unload. What I'm trying to remember here, too, is I remember we came through this area last time, and we teleported to, like, a legendary. And I caught the legendary. We haven't purified it, though, because I'm a little worried that I might need that purification thing for later. Yes. I still feel like, too, I'm missing something. I still feel that we might be missing something, too. Because there's so many areas of this that I haven't explored yet. Orb. There are many areas of this game that I still haven't explored, like being able to cut logs. And I don't know why I can't cut logs yet. I don't know. Mr. Pixie's. Oh no. Pretty color is gonna be awesome. That does sound awesome, Pixie. That does sound very, very awesome. I was actually thinking I need to work on, like, probably over the summer, I need to start working on a cosplay. I don't think I'll have anything ready in time for Anthrocon, because that's in July, and I need a lot more planning than that, but I do want to do cosplay next year at the gaming con that we go to. Didn't get to do it this year, because I just wasn't feeling good. A little hard to, like, plan and execute a cosplay when you feel like hot garbage. Yes, I know, and that's part of it, too. That's part of it, too, Pixie. That is part of it too, my friend. I do need to get on that. And I have more impetus now, too, to do it, too. I love her to death. My mother-in-law was dumpster diving again, and she got me a sewing chair that I'm going to show you all on Thursday. It's really neat, actually. Yeah, we went through that last time. We went through that last time, Daichi. That's where we got one of the legendaries. But what I didn't do... Yeah! There's another one. Hi? Why do you look like me? Just because. Whoa. Okay. Hey, it's Mark Canine, if you know what I mean. Thought I'd make up for thought I'd make for a great video. It's my 2,508th upload. How about a battle? Sure. That looks like me. You know, random thoughts. Zero and I were watching a video last night with Sam Reich from Dropout and all that. Of course, you're an EV battler. We were watching a video with Sam Reich from Dropout, and it was interesting listening to him talk about like what it's like in the internet sphere and the acting sphere and all that. And it made me realize something, that I don't like the word influencer. Because I've had some people ask me about that. They're like, oh, well, what do you do? Like, what do you do as a hobby? I'm like, well, I do Twitch and I do Twitch streams and all that. And they're like, oh, like you're an influencer. I'm like, no, I am not an influencer. I am a content creator. I am not an influencer. And that made me think, what's the difference? Like, what is the difference between an influencer and a content creator? And is there a difference? Because the way that I've always looked at it is, an influencer is like someone who does like a lot of brand deals and stuff like that and tries to get you to buy things that they support. Where a content creator just kind of makes stuff that they enjoy and they share it with the masses. I don't know. Am I just crazy, chat? Or does that make sense? It kind of falls into that category of like, I will quickly correct somebody if they call me a popufer, because I do not like that phrase at all. Now, granted, at one point in time, I think it was a good thing, but it has become not a good thing to be called a popufer. And I genuinely don't like that statement. Yeah. About the gist of it, influencers are shills for the most part, while creators make and do stuff for the fun. Yeah. And I mean, I do have quote-unquote brand deals. Like, quote-unquote, I do have a brand deal with Rogue Energy, which is that powdered energy drink / hydration stuff. But how often do you hear me talking about it? Like, do I use Rogue? Yeah, I like Rogue. It's a nice thing to put in my water that makes it not taste like water. And it's one of the few powdered things that doesn't, like, taste weird and stuff like that. But I'm not, like, constantly talking about it. And that was one of the things that when I was approached about it, I'm like, I straight up told them, I will happily do this and support your product because I personally use it. It's good stuff. Like, I was already using Rogue before they approached me. But I straight up told them when they offered it to me, saying, I'm not going to constantly talk about it. Like, I will put it on my page. I will support you. I will give my code out, but I'm not going to sit here and talk about it.
Morning chat. Hope everyone had a good 4-day weekend and a happy Tuesday.
Oh no, I hit a button and I died. Oh well. Hey, welcome on in, Mer. Welcome in. You're coming in on a crafty rant, I guess? It's not really a rant. But yeah, welcome on in, Mer, and thank you for continuing to be an executive producer for 21 heckin' months. That is crazy town. But yeah, it was a good weekend. We got a lot done. We got a lot done for sure. Could always have done more, at least on my part, but we got some stuff done. And thank you, Melina, you beat me to it. Popular is slang for a highly popular or influential individual within the furry fandom. Finds popular and furry. Yep, well-known artists, pursuers, conquerors, working personas stand out. Sabotage are some who have been very problematic backgrounds and issues. Yep, and I can think of half a dozen of them off the top of my head. I can think of a half a dozen off the top of my head, which is unfortunate. That looks like a Firemon. Yeah, maybe, Melina. I mean, the first two that pop into my head both involve fruit. First two that pop into my head were both YouTube furs, and they both involve fruit. And then there's definitely a very problematic fursuit creator out there. Yeah. Yeah, and okay, so it's good to hear, Daichi, that my thought process isn't that far off from what other people define them as. Because I don't ever want to be an influencer. I just want to make cool stuff. like like I will freely admit when I was taking my break and grabbing water and stuff from the kitchen, which I need to drink some of that. When I was grabbing water and stuff from the kitchen, I saw an email about a Kickstarter, and we almost mutinied to a game that literally launched 15 minutes ago. But I want to finish this game. Oof, I have to edit out the part where I lose. Quick, sub to youtube.com. Uh-huh. No, thank you. The jump in my head or a first creator that don't do work to pay for it. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, the ick one is probably the same one that I'm thinking of, Melina. The one that doesn't do work, unfortunately, that's like 5 different fursuit creators I can think of. I can think of 5 different companies, individuals that are notorious for not producing stuff. Dare I name the carpet sample? Yeah. Only because I don't want to be known as the person that bashes other people, I am refraining from saying any names. That's the kind of thing, like, if you want to know who I'm thinking of, just poke me on Discord or Telegram or whatever. But I don't want to sit here and bash other people. That's not what I'm about. You don't really have a great track record for doing good things. Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, my God. That drives me so crazy, Mer. That drives me so crazy. Like, I have seen so many of those videos where the person comes in and says, give me free food or I'll bash you on my blog. It's like, wow, entitlement much? Like, entitlement much? Like, I even feel bad about taking review keys. Actually, I need to enact part 2 of the plan that I started doing and haven't finished doing. I'm glad to hear that I'm not completely off base with my mental definitions of stuff. Another thing too, Chad, is I highly expect and hope that if Miss Crafty ever gets too big for her britches, that you all out there in Chatlandia will politely tell me, hey Crafty, stop it. I will say though, it is disappointing when someone you did enjoy watching their content does something that makes it where it's like, okay, that's an instant unsubscribe from me. Because the comment about I do expect my chat to call me out if I get a little too big for my britches, and I don't want to be the person that sits here and bashes other people, directly relates to something that I have seen happening on YouTube kind of between a couple of cozy YouTube creators. That is just like, why? Like, we can agree to disagree and then move on with our lives. Like, the vitriol between these people, and it's very one-sided. It's extremely one-sided what the vitriol is doing. And it's like, what? Like, I don't even understand what is going on in this situation because one person is completely going off the deep end. All right, I would like you to fall over so I can not die. I want to capture you. Boo. Boo! And thank you, bot, for shouting that out. Gonna be a lot of reminders about the charity stream on Friday, which I do invite everyone to come and join us and cheer us on during. So we will need the cheering. We will definitely need the cheering. Not to mention, we're gonna try to do some games that you all can play with us as well. Yeah, same here, Mer. Like I said, it's just kind of a shame. It is just kind of a shame when it's someone that I genuinely enjoyed this person's content. And like they had some, didn't always agree with them, but they had some good opinions on some games and stuff that were coming out. But it was definitely one of those things of like, I always took what they said with a grain of salt because it's not like they did reviews like I do, where it's the, hey, X company gave me a key to this game. Like, this person was getting, like, care packages and stuff from the companies. And the second you start getting care packages, you're beginning to go into the realm of, I don't think you're getting that. I think they're paying you. And one thing that I try to strive with you all very hard to is if I am offered a key or a review to something and they say that you can't say anything negative about the game, I immediately refuse the key. If you do not give me 95% freedom, like I expect that I have to say certain things like, thank you to the company for letting me have this key for review and stuff like that. But if they tell me that I can't say anything negative, I say no thank you to the key. Like, if I can't give my community an honest opinion on something and I have to sugarcoat that something is wrong, I'm not going to play the game. Sorry. Hey, welcome on in, Aurora. Welcome in. I'm in a mood today, apparently. Yeah, how are you doing today, Aurora? How are you doing? What's going on? School is taking over. House on the system. It's quite obvious it's not her. That's a shame. That's an absolute shame. But yeah, I am slightly disappointed because it's one less cozy person that I can support out there, but when someone says, and it wasn't even directly aimed at this other person, it was basically just saying, hey, as a person who does review keys and a person that does like reviews and stuff like that, whenever you see a content creator talk about a review, always take it with a grain of salt because they might be under contract to say nothing bad about the game. And all this came about is, the funny thing is, all this came about because of one game that everybody was giving a bad review to. IGN gave it a bad review. Kotaku gave it a bad review. I can think of 4 different content creators out there that gave it a bad review. Switch Up gave it a bad review. Crap, what was the other one? There was another one. That's another, they do both Switch and Steam stuff. But, like, everybody was giving it a bad review. And then this one content creator I followed gave it a 10 out of 10 perfect review. And there was that little thing at the bottom of their description that said, this is a paid stream. And the other person just said, hey, whenever you see stuff like this, just take it with a grain of salt because they might not be able to say their real feelings because they're being paid. And the person flipped out about it. Got really nasty about it, too. Yeah. Yeah, and I will be dead honest. I will be dead honest, Melina. I've turned down reviews. I've had a couple, and that's probably why I mostly work with indie games. I've had a couple of AA publishers and one AAA offer me review keys, but part of the contract was I wasn't allowed to say anything negative, and I turned them down. Because if I can't be honest, I'm gonna do it. Got back down which game? I think it was Heartopia, but let me double check, Kagan. Oh no, do I want to know? Yeah, I'm trying to remember what it was. But this happened like about a month ago, and unfortunately it's still ongoing, which is ridiculous. There's an ongoing beef between these two content creators, and it's painfully one-sided. Painfully one-sided. But yeah, I think the game that they were talking about was Heartopia, but don't quote me on that. Trying to find it. Yeah. Yeah, I think it was Heartopia, which I haven't played, so I have no opinion on it. Also, I'm curious what Ugly Stove posted. Oh, Renfrew coat? Yeah. Yeah? Yeah, those are definitely pricey. But I bet you they're all leather, too. It's custom made, yeah. Shipping, made to order. What's it made out of? Through meticulous, made to order, features. Premium leather, yep. Yeah, for all leather garments, I'm not surprised at that price tag. And the scary thing is, Ugly Stoat, those prices aren't that bad. I'm with you. I wouldn't say that it's cheap. I think they're charging what they should be charging. But knowing how much of the knowing how much some of the stuff at Ren Fair costs, that's not terrible. I mean, I have seen stuff at Ren Fair that costs more than that. Like, I'm looking at a coat that's made from recycled sweaters that cost that much. Like, there is... Oh, that's an interesting looking monster. Yeah, I'm looking at a coat that's made from recycled sweaters that cost that much. I'm a little scared, chat. Wild monster is approaching. Dray King? I'm a little frightened. Only got 195 health, though. Oh, God. It's level 50. This thing's gonna one-shot me. I don't know if we're gonna catch this. We might. I will laugh. Oh my god, seriously, game? Wow, you're very generous. Yeah. Yeah, that was very generous to let me capture it that easily. Sure, I'll take it. But yeah, that is unfortunate, Mur, and I hope that they paid you for that mistake. I hope that they, the dry cleaner... Oh, God. That was a little intimidating. Took you long enough. We're finally here, huh? We have to take on those pesky... Well, you'll see soon enough. I said I'll help you, so I'll take on the left one. Aki joined your party. Okay. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. We're gonna go heal up first. That's a lot of enemies we have to fight up there. I am noping out of this and going to go heal. Oh, I'm blocked. I don't know if I can anymore. I don't think I can go back. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, that is very sneaky, Mur. That's very sneaky, because they should have compensated you for that mistake. This dry cleaning is not supposed to do that. Dry cleaning is 100% not supposed to do that. I'm sorry that happened to you. Because that is not cool. Sorry I'm hydrating because I'm procrastinating. And that's true. That is true. It was also burned. You're not wrong. Alright, I am going to... switch out. Actually, no. We want to switch, but we're also going to take a quick look at everybody and make sure everyone's points are spent, because they're not. Let's see. Let's give you another couple health. Give you some more attack. Defense, blah, blah, blah. More attack. Do a Cobra. Do the same thing, because I'm sure you have points to spend. My only complaint about this game is that these menus kind of suck for controller. Like, I have found that if I get onto that, like, type matching screen, and I get down into the different things, it's very difficult to get out of this screen. Alright, let's try it. Hello. It's great to finally meet your acquaintance. We have heard that you have surpassed all the elite rangers before us. We are Tenchi, commander of dragon-type and fairy monsters. If you defeat us, you will be granted entrance into our hometown, where we protect people from the Dark One. We believe you and Aki refer to him as Gadriel, the one who is Magma's father. Considering who you will be taking on, there will be no holding back from us. Are you ready to fight? Yes. Probably gonna die, but let's find out. Okay, so I'm not horrifically underleveled. So we're decent. We are decent right now. We don't want to use Dark Bond. Okay, so Sly Shot does damage. Searing Claw does not. Sizzle does not. So we'll do Sly Shot on... Yeah, I'm not terribly underleveled here. Which is good. Alright, we'll do that again. Sorry, I have to actually, like, pay attention now. Alright, we'll do Dark Bond. Nope. Okay, we won't do Dark Bond. Alright, you're gonna switch out. Yes. Switch you out with Palsamon. You can do this. That's fine. Go ahead and attack that guy. Alright, Palsamon. Fisher Crush. Perfect, I was right. Woo! Fight smarter, not harder, Crafts. That's unfortunate. Grab Atlantis. Alright, do that again. That one steals life energy. I don't need that right now. Echo Jaw. One of the few times I've actually thought about type matching in this game. Ugh, we got two of those things. Reminds me of the original Mothra twins. Mothra! Two tiny twin women who have summoned Mothra. Man, I wanted to cosplay them so bad when I was a kid. And I could never convince my mom. I could never convince my mom to help me make the costume. Which is a shame, because I think I would have made a cute Mothra girl. Now I just want to get a Mothra dress. There is a lovely maker out there by the name of Kangaroomy that I would love. I would love to get her Mothra dress. Because that is way more complicated than I am willing to try to assemble on my own. Like, I know my limitations, and my limitations are making that dress. But it's $300 that I really can't justify. It's beautiful, though. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm really hoping one of y'all is going to be weak to this. Alright, Atlantis, you need to switch out because you kind of suck. Take out Felt. It would be. It would be, Lav. Getting Zero to dress up, though, would be the hard part. But yeah, we actually have a... we have a very adorable piece of art, actually, that has Zero dressed up as Godzilla and me dressed up as Mothra. As it should be. I need to be smart about this type matching, and it's not going quite as well as I want it to. I mean, these guys are a higher level than me, so unfortunately they are kind of doing naughty things. Doesn't matter. Just trying to get the one down and then we'll focus on the other one. Perfect. Oh my god. Pretty sure you're weak to that. Ooh. Yeah, I know it's time for a break. I was more saying it'd be hard to get Zero to dress up because that would be a very hot costume. 'Cause that just makes me think of Anthrocon. That's gonna be the big question this year. Is am I bringing the big costume to Anthrocon or not? That's not a decision I can make right now because I have to wait until we get a little bit closer to see how hot it is. Because if it's hot like it was last year, I'm not even gonna bother. If it is as hot last year as it, if it's as hot this year as it was last year, I'm not even gonna bother because it was not fun running around in that big costume in that heat. It was not fun at all. All right, so we're down to the last enemy here. We are down to the last. And unfortunately, I don't think I have anything that's effective, so we're just gonna do this. Oh, 4x damage. I like that. Yes, please. How come that did nothing? Rude. You had some sort of blocking ability, didn't you? Nah, there we go. There we go. And goodbye. Done, done, and done. Doki and Ray have taught you well. There is no doubt you can defeat Godriel. You are awarded 608 dosh. Yikes, that was intense. I haven't battled in a long time. Looks like they've already gone back to the usual guard post, huh? Anyway, this is the final stretch, Rill. Godriel is resting here, just up ahead. Did you know? The town was built around Godriel's final resting place all these years ago. Ever since, it's been a training ground for the strongest rangers in the world. You need to train any before facing the big bad boss. I'm sure there'll be plenty to learn here. Oh, we're going to train. Joy will definitely be happy if you went and trained with her too. Anyway, I'm going to be in the onsen until you finish your journey. After that, I'll finally go back to my shrine. Take as much time as you need to prepare for your fight. Cool. I think we're in the last like chat. Yuki as King Ghidorah. That would be adorable. She is capable of changing in many different forms. So cool. His normal little self is the cutest. I kind of agree. I also don't know what the evolution mechanics behind the Kitsu are. Because we got one to evolve, but I don't know what the mechanic was to evolve it. Okay, there's gotta be somebody that will heal me up here. Okay, there's a shop. Bet you down there is the inn. The Tenshi twins are extremely powerful. They have a destiny passed down to them for generations. Probably the destiny to protect things. Skip the Sunday again. When is this store open? Where's the best Nukaman in the world, but the old geezer that runs the place plays too much Love Life? What the heck is Love Life? Only open on Sundays sometimes. That's hilarious. So where's the healer? There's got to be a healer up here. Ranger ships. Healing mantra is never good. All that have done this are inherently bad. Well, unless it's from Zers. Yeah, that's fair. And welcome on in, Riv. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. How are you doing today? That's about losing Godrill's goons, monster master intentions. Stressful. I guess that's the reason they installed soothing onsen here. Yeah? Alright, I've been told to go check in Discord, so I'm gonna look at that real quick. How's your day going, Wolf? Good. That's funny, Riv. Well, come on in, Riv. How are you doing today? Ooh, nice. Yeah, that's not fun, Riv. That's not fun. Hopefully you get over that soon. Hopefully you get over that runny nose soon. I need to take a sippies. This meteorite you have is extremely fascinating. I have to admit, I'm impressed. Really researched for this tirelessly. All my years of flying and adventure, I've never seen something so magnificent. Surely you deserve some kind of reward. Oh yes, didn't you mention something about a flight license? Did I just get the flight license? Normally you have to go through intense training to obtain this, but I have no doubt that you'll have what it takes to earn your keep. Here, it's all yours, kid. Finally! There, once you sign a flight partner at the flight school, you should be all good to go. Once that's done, whenever you want to fly, just walk up to a flight post. From there, you should be able to interact with it to bring up your world map. You can navigate around the map and press the A button on available areas to go there. Have fun. Cool! Alright, well that's something. And that's true. That is true, Riv. It is better than full-blown con crud. But if you have it, hit that emergency. I know it's probably just a placebo effect, but I know for me at least, every time I do emergency when I'm not feeling the hottest, it usually takes care of whatever's going on. And I know you could just drink a glass of orange juice, but I can't. Orange juice is often not my friend and just gives me a terrible stomachache for some reason. Told it was their destiny to defeat him once and for all and save all of us. Because they were not chosen. Closest thing just before the portal. Interesting. Those two are pure of heart. I just know it. There's got to be something else. Perhaps there's some kind of trick to our elders didn't know or just never shared with us. Huh. So I am trying desperately to find the healer, and I don't know if they exist. Shopping, yeah. Yeah, emergency is one of those things that we always have in the house, but that's because I'm kind of crazy. Sister's on Godriel duty today. You can see her by passing into his domain. Fun. Me and Miso here on the normal guard duty protecting the town. If you're serious about taking on Godriel, make sure to rest up a lot first. Heal your team at the onsen above me. Thank you. We also have a merchant that sells rare items and wise people here that can give you advice. Whenever you're ready to take him on, just head north and you'll find yourself in his domain. Well, I'm going to heal first. And then we're going to go fight a bunch of things in Level Farm. Now he's living in a town that's always under attack. Whenever I feel scared, staying next to where the ranger masters live calms me down. I can understand that. There's Aki. Welcome to Dark Shawl Onsen. Please have a word with our staff inside if you'd like to rest your team. Just heal me! Oh my god. Yes! This shouldn't be complicated. Just let me heal. Man, the stuff. Maybe I'll skip going back to the shrine and just stay here. Think anyone will get mad? I mean, I did lose an eye and all that. That's hilarious. And this is my team, chat. Rawr. 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 Apparently all of my Mon love me. Rawr. Aw. I need more rawr. There needs lots more rawr. Rawr. I'm a dinosaur. Rawr. I don't know why that sound clip amuses me so much. I'm a dinosaur. Rawr. Oh god. What about WinRAR? It really kicks the llama's ass? Yeah, you're right. That is Winamp. Oh, no. Nope, nope, nope. Yes, I was corrected. I know, I know. I was corrected. It is Winamp, not WinRAR. I got my applications mixed up. I'm awake and enthusiastic, but apparently I'm not alert. So they said something about there being a bunch of, like, really high-level trainers here, and I don't see them. We tackled those two guys. So where are all these high elite trainers you're speaking of? I also don't think this is going to give me any enemies, because we're still technically in town. I mean, I guess I have to, like, go up here? Not under okay. So where do I go to level farm? Mama tested, mother approved. Wow. I have not thought about that phrase in a long time. I just remembered, Billy kicks the llama's tush. Okay, where is the level farming area here? Well, we need to hit the store, too. Yeah, I'm not... You give me fast travel way too late in the game. But I also wonder if that would have been a lot more useful had I not been such a completionist. Like, having fast travel, like, 20 minutes or 20 days ago would have been nice. There's gotta be a spot for me to level farm here. I mean, let's go check out the shop, but I'd like to find out where what the heck is this stuff? Black contract. No. No. Okay, so we can... Goodness gracious, chat. We could put those two legendary level 50s in our party. We could put the two level 50s in the party. Ha! Hi, Lily. I think you just saw me somewhere else. Oh, honey, I'm a witch. Yeah, expect me to just be in one place. That's fair. Question is, though, if we're gonna do that, who are we kicking out of the party? If we do that, who's getting kicked out of the party? As I immediately go, we'll kick out Lantis. Alright, let me see what we got here. Because, yeah, all these guys are dark monsters. So we could switch you out with Lantis. There's another one. Is that you? No, not you. There we go. Midnight. Dragon and Dark. Unfortunately, that'd be kicking out the, it'd unfortunately be kicking out Okami. That would, we'd have to kick out Okami to make that a balanced party. So we got Dragon Ghost, Fire, Water Poison, Ice Dark, Fire Dragon, Dragon Dark. Yeah. Alright, now use items. Come on. So we want Source of Soul of one monster has gone off the path into darkness. Yes. So use it on Midnight. And use it on Draking. Perfect. Alright. So now we've just got to level these puppies up. Hijinks. A cheeky trick, high chance of lower enemy stats, but low accuracy. Snicker, Clobber, and Soul Drain. Yeah, we're not going to keep those because they don't do anything. Hijinks will keep. Snicker is going away. Oh, nice, Melina. I hope it does. I hope that the heat does break for you because that is not fun. Unless there's something significantly better than Clobber. Acid Storm. That's fun. Dragon Fire may cause burn. Soul Drain. I don't want that one. Like, 110 damage is pretty nice. Get rid of Dragon Jaw, though. And we'll take Soul Drain. I want Soul Drain. I want a light attack. Huh. No, not Smoke Bomb. Not Alarm. Glimmer. Guess we'll keep Clobber as a light attack, because that way we've got a Dark, a Light, a Dragon, and a Ghost attack. Alright, and we got 50 points to spend. So, Health, Attack, Magic, and Speed are the ones that we want to put the most points in. Let's just go ahead and put 10. Put another 10 in that. Put 10 in that. 10 in that. And then we'll put a couple in defense. Put a couple in magic defense. And perfect. Alright, so that's that dragon. Let's look at Draking. Pretty cool looking now that they're purified. Yeah, that's very warm. That is very, very, very warm there, Melina. Let's get rid of Iron Curl. Hades Fist, that sounds fun. High Crit, I like High Crit. Purify, don't care about that. No. You'll also notice, as usual, I tend to go for the extremely aggressive attacks. Because my philosophy has always been, if I knock the enemy off the board before they can hit me, we're all the better. Go ahead and grab Dark Bond. And then we need something that isn't Ghost Dragon or Dark. I guess Clobber. Yeah, no, Clobber it is. Unfortunately, our dragons, I think, have basically the same attack scheme. Don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but they've basically got the same attack scheme. And switch it out with midnight. Done. Alright, so we've got the 2 level 50s now as an ace in the hole. Now I just have to figure out where I'm supposed to level farm. The game's all like, yeah, we have spots for you to go level farming, but where? Because I don't think I can level farm in that little patch of grass there. You might actually want me to go to Godriel's zone. Well, let's see what happens here. Gonna do a quick savey save. Yeah, there's grass here. Okay. So this might be what we're supposed to do, is train here. Ooh, that's a cool looking monster. It's only level 33 though. I expected it to be higher than that. I genuinely thought it'd be higher than that. Alright, Anchor Bash does a good point of damage. Oh yeah, I guess we're just gonna level farm for a little bit, chat. I mean, in all honesty, I'm kind of inclined to just keep going. I'm kind of inclined to skip level farming and just go right to Godriel to see if we can do it. Because it doesn't really feel like these things are that dangerous. Like, maybe I'm being a little too confident? Maybe I'm being a little too confident, but these things don't feel that threatening. The ranger battle was harder than these enemies. And you would think that the boss to get in here would be harder than the actual things in the zone. Or the things in the zone would be equal to the boss we just fought, but I guess not? And like I said, this might be a horrible mistake here. Portal will only open itself up to those with the pure of heart. Fortunately, Tenchi and I have never been able to enter. Additionally, the portal closes immediately when someone enters until they come back. You'll be completely alone once you go through there. Make sure you're prepared. Alright, I'm going to do a quick savey save chat and go take a fast washroom break. And I think we're just going to go try to take on the boss and see what happens. I mean, the worst thing that happens is we die. Stretching. But yeah, get up, stretch, grab a drink, grab a snack, my friends, and we will be right back and then maybe roll credits. We'll see. Come on, button. All right, we are we are back, friends. We are back. All right, this might be a very poor decision. This might be a very, very poor decision going in and doing this now. All right, do a save. All right, be right back is off. The gym, my body is going to be useless. Yeah, that's going to be me in a couple of hours, Cassidy, because Zero and I are going to the gym today. Don't want to, but we are. But yeah, how are you doing today, Cassidy? How are you doing? We're, I think, doing the last battle of this game? I think this is the last battle. That would be... I wonder if I can do that. So you finally made it here, did you? I'm Godriel, the ruler of this petty world. I take it you're here to take from me my only company. Right, the girl. Maiko, was it? I never stopped talking about her silly friends. I never thought I'd actually see the day they came here. Oh, it's not a bad thing, Cassidy. I've heard that's a very good game. Right. Why is it that I brought her here again? I don't remember. Nothing is ever recorded anymore. The only thing these eyes see is, yes, that's right, destruction. Destroy. Rest. Destroy. Rest again. I came to a planet with my army of warriors and destroyed nearly the entire planet. And then, I was resting, and there was a young girl. Perhaps there was a similar character in my life before the darkness. Yeah, exactly, Cassidy. I'm actually going to try something that's probably not going to work, but I might be able to... I might end this in one round. We'll see. Regardless, do what it is you've come here to do. I will throw everything I have at you. Godriel is looking for a battle. This? Ah, okay. Alright, so... I'm not fighting Godriel directly yet. So until we fight Godriel directly, I'm going to do stuff. I want to use Splash Bash, but that's fine. Alright, so he's only level 42. Nice. Oh, sweet! Haha! Fortuitous evolutions! What are you gonna evolve into? Hopefully cool. Ah, what? That's a very concerning skullfish. I don't know how else to describe that. That is skullfish. I like it. I like it. Mm-hmm. Okay, my guy got hit twice and died. Now the monster is bigger. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Cassidy. Saw a note for a new... of course. Apparently people are getting messages that appear to be shortened, but see more at the bottom of the link. That's... Yeah, nope. I don't click on any of that crap. Yeah, exactly. This is what happens when the windfish doesn't get woken up. Oh, that's dark, Daichi. I approve, but that's dark. Also, is it wrong, chat, that I'm kind of looking forward to lunch today? Because we have leftover rice balls in the fridge. Sounds like Zero's building his storage unit. Yeah, exactly, Cassidy. Yeah, you just keep sending out the same mon here. I mean, rule for rice balls. So does it make it any better, Bunny Fist, if I tell you they're homemade rice balls? I don't know if that makes it better or worse that they are homemade rice balls. I was actually joking with Zero over the weekend. Um, that's the next kitchen gadget that I want to get is I want to get a proper rice cooker so I can do things like rice balls a little bit more frequently. 'Cause the pressure cooker is fine for making rice, but it's still not the best. Is it the rice ball in a fruits basket? It could be. It could be, Daichi. Because ironically, that's where I learned how to make rice balls. That is actually how I learned to watch or learn to make rice balls was by watching that scene with I forget the name of him. But it was watching that one scene of the cat making rice balls. That is legit how I learned how to make rice balls, was watching that. Now, granted, I don't make them by hand anymore. I have a mold that I use because it works better than it's more consistent than doing them by hand. But I can make rice balls by hand. Yo, thank you. Now read the manga in ages. It's a good one, Bunny Fist. And I crash. I like both of the animes and the manga. I know there's the OG Fruits Basket, and then they did a remake at some point. And they're all good. Might be a bad decision here. That's what I was worried about. Hi, mistress. Why, hello. Are you a kitty? Ah! Alright, so we probably want to start this with the dragons. Hi, baby. Hello. Are you a kitty? Hold on. There you go. There you go. Hi, baby. Maury Goldman, my agent. You guys are super dead. They're dead. Who's the final boss of my team is? Hospital way. Yeah, exactly. For a cuddle bug last night. Would you like a treat, little girl? Yeah, that's why you're up here. Oh, would you like a treat? You're gonna have to do a trick for it, you know. You're gonna have to do a trick for it. By the way, chat, you know you're hungry when your cat's treats make your mouth water. Alright. High five. Give me that look. Come on. High five. No, that's my thumb. High five. Oh, good girl. Good girl. Alright, one more time so people actually can see you doing it. High five. Oh, that's close enough. There you go. This is brush Lottie a lot. She's against. Yeah. She doesn't do treats. Yeah, that makes it a lot harder, Cassidy. What you could try is you could try bribery. Bitch. This. Try grabbing one of these, which is, you'll notice, it's a soft brush, so it's not like that really stickily thing. Brush your face. And I distract Yuki by letting her rub her face on the soft brush. We do a couple of passes of this. Good girl. Yeah, are you turning around now? Want me to get your other side? Okay, get your other side. Brush your face. Yeah, this is how I bribe Yuki to let me brush her. Good girl. Alright. Good girl. And thank you for putting that on the floor. Good baby. Are you a kitty? Also, have you tried the tube treats, Cassidy? The churros? Or whatever churro knockoff? Because that is also an option, is that if I will put it this way. I will put it this way, Cassidy. We went through probably half a dozen brands of treats before we found one that this little girlie likes. We had to try many. She doesn't like the cat yogurt. Wow. That's surprising, Cassidy. Because most cats go crazy for that stuff. Some though, some just don't like it. And I know we had to go through probably half a dozen different brands of treats before we finally found one that Yuki liked. So I get it. Yeah, Churu is the big one. Churu is the big one from Inaba. But I've done different brands of licky treats for her. Spice tuna, but only so she can lick the oil. Interesting. I mean, you know what you could do? You could try the dried tuna treats. I think it's Blue Buffalo does like flaked tuna, where it's like actual pieces of tuna. You could try that. But cats are notoriously picky. Cats are notoriously picky with what they will eat. Ah, to think a human is capable of such a feat. Interesting. Oh, this isn't going the way I thought it would. I wanted to capture you. I see. I think a human is capable of making it this far. You have earned the right to face me, human. If you defeat me here and now in the flesh, I will leave this planet to you. But, be that the case, pray I don't return when my strength is fully recovered. You're facing the destroyer of worlds himself. What fate will befall you? And some cats are. Some cats are very picky. Alright, we're gonna try something stupid. You can't do that during a ranger battle. Okay, so Magma is considered a ranger. Level 70? Uh-oh. This might go very poorly. Yeah. This might go poorly. Well, we'll see. Yeah, Yuki's very picky. Okay. Maybe not. I mean, 2 rounds and Magma's already down to half health, but that makes me wonder. Yes, I know. That makes me wonder what the switch is. Attack miss, that's bad. Don't. Okay. Well, I just defeated Magma. I mean, this could be like old school Pokemon where it's not as hard as you think it is. Like, if you get the type matching right, you'll just steamroll everything. Impossible! No, just improbable, not impossible. Big difference. Huh, I see. I will leave this planet. Did we just beat the game? You're free to do with the girl as you wish. However, the human mind cannot withstand the kind of exposure she got to this place. She will not be the same girl you grew up with. You wish to fully restore her to the girl you knew her as, and I'm afraid your adventure has only just begun. Unfortunately, telling you how to restore her wasn't part of the deal. Farewell. That sounds a lot like victory music. To be continued? Dear players, a message from Yano. That's the dev. Hey guys, thank you for playing my game. We just beat the game. Doki Monster's Quest was an incredible adventure for me. I wonder what new adventures I will go on next. Whatever it is, thanks for coming along. Aw, well thank you for having me, Yano. Hope to see you in the next one too. Yeah? Well, and the funny thing is, Melina, is there is a sequel to this game. There is a sequel to this, but it's not on Switch yet. Yeah, probably. Probably, Riv. Hey, no fair eye. Come on, that's cheating. So totally not cheating. Besides, there's no way I'm holding back after the hell you put me through in monster training. Heck. Thank you for saving me, Rill. I'm sorry, I still don't remember everything, even my name, Maiko. I only know because you told me it. But it seems like I had some really good friends when I lived in this town. It's too bad we weren't able to grow up together like normal friend groups. But we can make lots of new memories together, and you have such strong monsters to protect us with, too. I know we're not really the same age anymore because of where I was all this time. Maybe there'll be times when I can ask for help or things we can't do together until I'm bigger. But for the first time in many years, I'm not alone anymore, so thank you, Rill. I owe everything to you, and Koi. I just wish my mom could see me now. It's too bad she's not around anymore. But your mom is so nice. And you take care of me too, so I never feel lonely anymore. We're in this together, Rill. Whatever hardship comes our way moving forward, there'll be nothing compared to what we face, surely. Thank you. Alright. Alright. Yeah, we might have just beat the game. Isn't it so great that Maiko's back home? She's such a sweet little girl. I know she doesn't remember anything, but I can tell. You're the entire world to that girl. You did great. I still can't believe some of the crazy stories you tell me about your adventure, though. I'm just glad that everyone got home safely. Now, don't let your friends hog up the TV too much, yeah? Dinner will be ready soon after all. Well, we're gonna save the game momentarily, friends, and then do things. Let the mysteries that shroud this town. I found it quite peaceful. And what happened to the young? Yeah, well, we saved the young girl. She's back now. So, okay. Well, one thing we are going to do. One thing we're going to do is we're going to go. That was not what I meant to do. We're going to go to unlock flying. We're going to go unlock flying really quick. And then, I guess, go from there? Yeah, no. Yeah, being that this is an indie game, friends, that might actually just be it. That might be the end. Now, that said, I do know that there is DLC that's available on Steam. It has not come to Switch yet. But there is DLC for this game on Steam. It adds a whole new area. It doesn't add any more monsters, but it adds a whole new area. So I'm sure at some point that is also going to be coming to Switch. But the process of getting things onto Switch is a lot harder than getting things on the Steam. So it'll probably just be a little bit before we get it here. Good little game, though. And I mean, if you want to scratch that Monster Collection itch while you're waiting for the next mainline Pokemon game to come out, Wind and Waves, this honestly isn't a bad option. And this game isn't terribly expensive either. But we might be at that point, friends, where... we might be at that point where we're just kind of having to collect all the monsters and that's it. You're fine. Did you get it put together? Nice. Zero is putting together a shelving unit that he inherited from his old office before they moved. He's being adorable and apologizing about the noise. It's like I could barely hear it. Alright, so we're gonna go assign a flight mon. Hopefully I can just use one of my dragons to do it. Flying on a dragon. Congrats on getting your flight license. To set the first flying type monster in your party to your flight buddy, enter the left door. To remove your flight buddy, enter the right door. Okay. So left door it is. Did I do that wrong? Enter to set the first flying type monster in your party as your flight partner. Oh, wait. I don't know if I have a flying type monster in my party. That might be the problem. That might be the problem. I don't know if I have a flight type. Let's see. Water, poison, water, grass, flight, flying. Yeah, no, I have to have an actual flying type. Why are the dragons not flying types? Fire dragon, ice dark, fire, dragon dark, dragon ghost. Yeah, no, we don't have a flying type in the party. Okay, so I guess we'll kick out Cobra. Really don't want the fish. I have one that's a little bit better of a flying type. Take the bird. Yeah, I think we beat the game, chat. We're gonna try out flying really quick. But yeah, that might be it. And I mean, being an indie game, it wouldn't surprise me that that was the end, but we'll see what happens when we go to the main screen. But that's good. I mean, if we finish that game, that's another one off the roster. And we can just go check next to this one and call it a completed game. Alright, now how do I fly? Okay. Oh, okay. So, how do you fly? Like, do I have to put the flying monster, like, in the front? Yeah, that's what I'm trying, Lav. There we go. Yeah? No, I legit think that's it. You're in Zelos City. Alright, I would like to fly here? You were gonna let me fly, game. I don't know how to fly. Come on. I would like to fly, please. How do fly? How do fly? I know I'm kind of a potato, but it shouldn't be that hard. Okay, am I just dumb? I mean, obviously I'm dumb. Because you would think if you went up to one of the cities, you'd be able to just fly there. There we go. Oh, it's just really persnickety. It's very persnickety with flying. Nice. Cool. All right. So it took me a second to figure it out, but there we go. What if I try to go back up here? You gonna yell at me and say no? Yeah, no, you just let me go right back in. You know, I also realized, too, that I think I completely missed part of the game because we never found the katana to cut normal logs. Probably, Lav. It probably is better targeting because I noticed when I stopped using the Joy-Con and used the D-pad to do it, it worked the first time. So I do recommend this game, but it might be better on PC than it is on Switch. Kind of like Crosscode. Kind of like Crosscode. I think this one might be a little bit better with a keyboard and mouse than it is on the Switch. Fun game, though. Very, very fun little game, and I think we managed to do it in 10 episodes. I didn't look to see what episode today was. Interesting. So can I fight Godriel again? Interesting. So apparently, if you go back... Okay. Apparently, if you go back, you just do the fight again. Interesting. We are totally power leveling our fish right now. I know that I could switch them out, but I don't want to waste a turn. Well, let's take on the boss again, I guess. And then after this, we'll save the game and then see if there's like a new game plus or something. It's a shame that you can't capture. Well, maybe I can capture Godriel this time. It's fine, do Splash Bash. Very interesting game, though. I don't know why. Sorry, I just realized that my thing had never shouted out the fact that this was a review game. And now I'm looking at why it's doing that, because it should have said something about this being a review game, which is interesting. Because half of my things are broken, that's why. Interesting. Interesting. Huh. Don't know why it's broken, but okay, probably happened when I updated. Whatever. The last day, I'm not going to troubleshoot too much. Last day, not going to troubleshoot too much. What do you think, chat? What do we think about... Oh, that's cute. That is cute. It removed the flying monster from my party. So I actually have one less party member right now. Interesting. But yeah, what do we think about Doki Monster Quest, friends? What do we think about it? It is definitely not the most complicated game on the planet, but I found it to be quite fun. Definitely a cute little palate cleanser. And it's kind of nice sometimes to play a game where you don't have to think too much. Went to see Mandalorian Grogu today, was so good. Well, I'm glad to hear it, Talon, because I know the critics aren't too happy with it. I always find it very, very interesting when the critics don't give a good rating to something, but the general populace loves something. Shows the divide between the two. Now, what have we seen lately? I don't know if we're gonna see Mandalorian Grogu in theaters. I do know we watched the trailer for the new Studio Leica movie Wildwood, and we're definitely seeing that one in theaters. All right, now can I capture you this time? No, you just straight up to get to fight it again, huh? You just straight up fight it again. Well, yeah, exactly, Talon, exactly. Kind of the same thing whenever I see a review from IGN. I don't believe the review. Very, very much like seeing a review from IGN. I don't believe their reviews anymore. Yeah, we'll probably end up seeing it at home whenever it comes to streaming. We still haven't seen the latest season of Mandalorian. We're way behind on TV and all that kind of stuff. Although we did see Hail Mary over the weekend, and it was really good. I very much enjoy Project Hail Mary. Very, very much enjoyed that movie. Why won't you just die? Come on. I don't think this is going to do anything beyond give me a whole bunch of experience. Yeah, no, I think you can just beat up the last boss as many times as you want here. Yeah. Be continued. Huh. I say as a film felt like watching a season of the show, but it's paced perfectly to get the season's content into the film. That's awesome. That's awesome, Talon. I also like what I've heard about the movie in a couple of aspects. Like, the only reason that Sigourney Weaver agreed to be in Mandalorian and Grogu is if the writers put her in the same scenes as Grogu because she had none. So I think that's kind of funny that the reason she agreed to be in the movie was only if she had scenes with Grogu. And I also appreciate what Pedro Pascal did. He had one of his stipulations for the movie was he wanted top billing for the suit performer and the stunt performer for him. And I think that's very awesome because suit performers and stunt performers kind of get the short end of the stick a lot of times. And I really appreciate the fact that he said, no, you're going to put them as top billing because they do as much work as I do. Yeah, which is honestly kind of awesome, Talon. And I hope that that's a step in the right direction for actually getting like an Oscar for stunt performers because they deserve it. Yeah, I know it is, Melina, and I blame the critics for that. I blame the critics for that because everything I've heard from like individuals going to see the movie is that they love the movie, but the critics are giving it such a bad review. And unfortunately, a lot of people still haven't figured out that critics aren't exactly the most they're not the most reliable of people these days, unfortunately. All right, well, we're going to save the game, friends. We're going to save the game and see what happens if we go to the main menu, but that might be it. That might be it. Being that this is a little indie game, that legit might be it. Huh. Oh, that's gonna frustrate me. 98%. Or it seems that Grogu is right near the start when she's talking to Mando. And on the side, Grogu is trying to force pull her bowl of chips. Yeah, that sounds about right, Talon. And boy howdy can she give the mom glare. Boy howdy can Sigourney give the mom glare. As it should be. Oh, all right, friends. Well, what do we want to do? What do we want to do? Because I am definitely going to tick that one off onto the completed list. Because 98%, I'm calling that good. I am calling 98% gold for saying that this game is done, which is a good feeling. This is a good feeling. Fortunately, but yeah. Not for 45 minutes, JD. I would love to start Grimshire, and maybe that will be our next game, but I'm not starting Grimshire with only 45 minutes today, because I can't go long. Sorry, I'm editing my list right now of we completed. I'm calling 98% done. We missed something, but I don't know what that something is. 6/26. That's a fun date. 26/26. But yeah, we can do Cinnabon for half an hour. That's not a bad choice. It's either Cinnabon or Pokopia. Or Dave the Diver, but I don't want to subject you all to Dave the Diver. Don't really want to subject you all to Dave the Diver. That would be mean. Go ahead and put this onto the completed list. Sorry, I'm updating my spreadsheet in the background. Updating my spreadsheet, so I am up to date on stuff. And then I will take a fast washroom break, and we'll play Cinnabon for a little bit. Mostly because I'm too lazy to go grab the cart. Oh, let's see. That is Doki Monsters. Edit my log and finished today. So we started that one on February 25th, and we finished it on May 26th. Not bad. Not bad. But yeah, I can definitely recommend that one. That was a very fun little game. Not the most complicated game on the planet, but you know what? Sometimes you just need something chill. Sometimes you just need a chill game to just kind of vibe to for a little bit. And I would definitely call that a vibe game. Also, I don't know if I said hello to you, Talon, because I am a potato, but hello, Talon. Hopefully you were having a good day today. Cinnabon. Pulling up my library and getting it started. No, we're not doing that. Goblin cleanup popped up because that was another option for today. Yeah, exactly, Melina. And let me really quick look because now I'm curious. That would be Doki Monster Quest. 'Cause yeah, Doki Monster Quest. Again, big shout out to Lurkit, Red Deer Games, and Yano for letting me try that game and show it off to you all. It is currently out on Steam and Switch. But it's a little weird because it has a different name on Steam than it does on Switch. Like on Steam, it is called Dokimon Quest. On Switch, it's Doki Monsters Quest. I don't know why they're two different names, but there we are. And right now, chat, the game is actually $3 on Steam. Like it is 80% off at the moment. So if you want to play Doki Monster for yourself, it is currently $3 on Steam. And if you want to get it with the brand new DLC that just came out, was it Dokimon the Great Fairy Island, which adds, I believe, like 2 new areas. Both the base game and the expansion are $7. So not bad. The expansion, however, is not out on Switch yet. I know they're working on getting it onto Switch, but it's probably going to be a little bit before that happens. But yeah, it is currently on sale on Steam. So if you want a nice $3 game, I can definitely recommend it. Want a good trace dollar game, I can definitely recommend it. All right, turn off the capture card, turn on the game filter, and that's going to be Cinnabunny, game audio, Cinnabunny. All right, so Cinnabunny should be capturing. We're going to go to the be right back screen for a moment so I can go use the washroom. Last break for the day, so get up, stretch, drink, snack, and I'll be right back. I feel very dumb, chat. So I pulled up thingy to change my strum title, and I don't know if I ever changed it from Placid Plastic Duck. We might have been singing on Placid Plastic Duck Sim that whole time. Oh well. Oh well. Also forget if this game has sound or music or not. Oh, all right. Let me get in comfy again. Nope, it has music. No, now that I know that says co-hop, I'm never going to be able to not see that. Now that I know that says co-op, I'm never going to be able to not see that. And I forgot we had the murder cat in our house. Newspaper robot, 8 bags of yeast. Okay, so we were making yeast. Viva making yeast. Ready tomorrow, ready tomorrow. Okay, so we were about ready to go to bed here. I know, I am glad that you all came on that journey with me to Doki Monster Quest. Usually this is the part where I say we are going to be, I should probably just go to bed. This is usually the part of the stream where I say we are going to be spinning the Wheel of Chaos. However, we're going to hold off on spinning that Wheel of Chaos until next week. We're not going to be starting anything new this week. We are not going to be starting anything new this week because of the charity stream on Friday. So we will spin the Wheel of Chaos this coming Monday or maybe tomorrow. I also need to make sure that the Wheel of Chaos is updated because there has been a heavy amount of gifting that has been happening lately. I have the cave-in inspection cart fixed. Nice. Yeah, I think I've got the mining cave for salt, and we've got the forest unlocked. I need to go unlock more stuff. I just haven't done that yet. And the water wheel. Yeah, I haven't done the water wheel yet. Okay, so the bread will be ready at 8 a.m. So we're just going to kind of wait. We're going to wait around the house until 8 o'clock, and then we'll do more stuff. But until then, we can at least do our tools and make sure everything is ready. I think last time we were trying to figure out what everyone's favorite kind of bread was, and that was going about as well as expected, which means not well at all. No? And now I remember how to switch seeds. I am less of a potato today. That's not what I meant to do. Lots of wheat seeds. I probably shouldn't have planted so many oat seeds. Oh well. Let's see. Touch a villager to add or view their journal. Yeah, I still don't know how to delete those. So I do forget who we were trying to... We figured out somebody's favorite bread, but life of me, I don't remember who that was. It wasn't Bella. Who are we working on? Some bogs. Oh, Chip. Chip likes salt. Daisy likes pine and milk bread. Do we have piney milk bread for her? I don't think we do. Nope. Okay, so how come it's... Oh, because you haven't harvested the bread yet, perhaps. The bread isn't ready until 8. You dork. I'll have to unlock that one next, Melina. First garden upgrade, nice. Yeah, I need to get the garden upgrades. Because I could definitely use more space. So 100% use more space. Kill some time. We'll just drop water. And we've got to give yeast to somebody. I know that's a quest that we have for today. Right now. No joke, chat. I am so hungry right now. Yeah, my stomach just growled too. Lovely. Alright, so rosemary bread. That's not very piney. I don't know if I have anything that is piney. Oh, no, we do. Okay. I mean, I guess we'll do another rose or a thyme bread, I guess. Because that's piney, I guess. I don't think they cared. I just like making baguettes. Okay. Yeah, I think we just did normal bread last time. We need flour. Okie doke. Wanui, yeah, exactly, Riv. Need lots of flour. That cat is really terrifying. I love the cat, but holy crap is that thing kind of scary looking. It is you, Riv. Although you don't exactly have crazy eyes like that cat does. That cat has very crazy eyes. That is true, you definitely could. No add-ins this time. You know what's sad? The second we start playing this game, it makes me think of Watership Down again. Yeah, that cat has very definitely seen things. 100% that cat has seen things. Okay, so we were... Nope, not you. The Chip? No, Chip is the one that likes salt. Daisy? Daisy! Okay, sniff. Did I just sniff the fact that she's directly in front of me? Of course I did. Do I have to be holding the bread? I think I have to be holding the bread. Crap. I've forgotten how to gift stuff. There we go, gift wrap. That's how. Hi. Have rosemary bread. Will you be happy this time? Thank you, that was pretty tasty. I appreciate you sharing with me. Just so you know, I do love a good piney flavor, but I also love earthy things. What the heck? Okay, does that mean you want 2 add-ins? Does that mean she wants 2 add-ins to her bread? Honestly, demanding rabbits. A rabbit being particular, that never happens. Not at all. Dogs. Apparently, Riv. I mean, I get what they mean by piney, and rosemary, saying that rosemary is piney, that makes sense, actually. But I'm not sure, I'm not sure if they want me to put 2 add-ins into the bread. Probably. She probably wants rosemary thyme bread. I mean, that would make sense if she wanted rosemary thyme bread. I mean, rosemary is piney. Thyme, I would think, is earthy. So she might want rosemary thyme bread. Scent has faded. Well, that's annoying. Fogs. Smell. Where are you, bud? I do like the sniff location thing. After you cannot catch the crabs. I know you want to. No. Hey, is that what I think it is? Could you spare it? Yes, I can. What you looking at? What a fine gift. What was I supposed to do with it again? I don't know. What are you supposed to do with it? Oakley dokley. We are gonna head home. And that is... Just keep following this road. Probably end up spending the rest of the day in the mines today. But I do want to check out the job board and see if there's more jobs to do. Birds! Hey! I was finally fast enough to get birds. Goodness gracious. How many times did we fail taking pictures of birds? Just as a fun thing, birds are not real. Remember this, chat. I did get a bird. We finally got a picture of one. God, I love your party hat. I want your party hat. What? Antlers? Alright, I gotta buy the antlers. I shouldn't be spending money, but I gotta buy the antlers. I'm not very good at capturing the trash monsters. There's gotta be a trick to this. Yeah. There's gotta be a trick to capturing the trash. I just don't know what that trick is. Alright, what do we got here? Gun, you have to get very close. That makes me wonder if there's an upgrade to it, the way you said that. The way you said that makes me wonder if there is... Perfect. The way you're saying that makes me wonder if there isn't, something besides the gun. Alright, so I need to make more yeast. And yeast is water and flour, so we need a lot more water. Let's go grab, like, a metric ton of water here. Not that I found so far. Okay. I just wonder if, like, maybe there's an upgrade to the gun that you can do, but probably not. This is a relatively simple, just chill game. Nothing wrong with that. I'm excited, though. It's nice to roll credits on another game. We're gonna have to decide if we're gonna start something new. We have to decide if we're gonna start something new, finish something old. Although we're running out of older games that we started and never finished. Hold on a second. I never put my new hat on. Hang tight. I totally forgot to put my new hat on. Very close shot and close to head on. Yeah. So I wonder if there's like maybe a trick to chasing them into a corner or something. Okay, there's no mirror here. I need to get a mirror for my house so I can change my outfit a little bit easier. It kind of stinks I have to invade other people's houses to change my hat. Right, wow, you have quite the house there, don't you? Yeah, I took a picture of a bird for you. Hi. You brought me a bird picture. Ah, look at that feathered beauty. I feel like I'm transported to a time before these cursed eyes. Thank you so much for that. It really means more than you know. Why don't you keep those birdoculars? It's not like I can use them anyway. And in exchange, you bring me back any new bird pictures, okay? I'm not a wealthy bun. I'll even share some carrots with you. Thanks again, my furry hero, and happy birding. I'd like you to give me a... Yeah, Ren does need glasses, which reminds me I need to call the eye doctor to see if my contacts are in. You're gonna laugh at me, chat, but you have no idea how hard it is for me not to be spinning the wheel of chaos right now. I had the mushroom. That's awesome. You know, I was actually thinking about this, and it applies to this game as much as it applies to Pokopia. I kind of enjoy these cozy games that give you complete freedom. Like, I kind of like these games where... That's amazing. I kind of like these games where there's no, like... They give you things to do, but there's really no, like, time limit on them. And it's kind of just one of those, do this at your own... Oh, crap, there's a whole bunch of trash monsters here that I totally just spooked for no reason. I kind of like these games where they give you things to do, but really no, like... really no urgency. And we live in a world where everything is kind of urgent and go, 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 go. It's refreshing when you don't have to. Yeah, it really is. It really is, Melina. This is 100% the kind of game that you do, like, when you're watching a movie or something. Because you want to watch a movie, but you also want something to do to keep your hands busy. And this very much fits into that category. So, the reason I came out here was I was going to try to upgrade my farm. Because I've got a little bit of cash right now, and I'm trying to remember where you do it, and I just remembered it's the post office. So we need to go to the post office. Perfect. Yep. Post office. Yeah, I like the fact, too, that it's from a single dev. Which I'm kind of impressed that this is a single dev game, because they did a really good job with it. They did a very good job of this as a single dev. I mean, it's not the most complicated game on the planet, but you know what? It doesn't have to be. Yeah. Well, I think the thing that I appreciate most about this one, Melina, is the fact that there's no feature creep. And by that, I mean there... Get both of these. What? No! No, 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 hold on. What? No. No, 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 no. There shouldn't be any baked goods. Crap. I forgot. I had stuff cooking. No! I'm not going to make it home before it burns. And welcome on in, Admin Romeo. Welcome in, welcome in. How are you doing today, my friend? I am really hoping that my baked goods don't burn. No! Come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on. Did I get it? Yes, we got it. Yay! Well, yeah, exactly, Melina. Exactly. All right, so we got to hang around here until 10 o'clock. That was a little scary because I was not paying attention. I was totally not paying attention. I don't have any yeast. Doing very good. How are you doing? I am doing great that I was able to get home in time to not burn my bread. And yes, I got the jackalope antlers. We did indeed get the jackalope antlers. Alright, so we're just gonna grind some bread here. But no, I was trying to say, before I freaked out about the baked goods burning, is you gotta appreciate a game where the dev doesn't overstretch themselves. Like, for being a single dev game, it's complete. And there are so many devs out there that they worry so much about having like every little perfect feature and adding everything that people ask for into that the game is never done and it's broken. This game has just enough in it and it works. How about we go this way so we're not staring at the creepy kitty? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can. Like, if you don't add a second oven, I'd be very surprised. What they might do, though, is instead of adding a second oven, they might let you just put more in the current oven. Alright, so we got 40 going. And, okay, we'll make bread in the morning. A little too close. Yeah, go for it, Admin Romeo. Go for it. You're a very, very friendly bunch here, so please ask away, my friend. I don't have anything salty, I don't think. Maybe she wants the... Because I think I made thyme bread. Pretty sure I made thyme bread. So maybe she wants that. Alright, so one baguette. No! Alright, that goes here. We're gonna make some more bread real quick. Boop, boop, boop. Done. No add-ins, because I'm just making this for money. If a sign says this sentence is false, but if that were true, there would be a contradiction. And if it were false, it would also be a contradiction. So what are we supposed to understand? The philosophy behind that question. That is the answer, Admin Romeo. It is the juxtaposition and the fact that both statements are true. That is a classic question to ask computers and AI and stuff like that. And it is definitely one of those thought experiment questions because you are correct. That statement is both a true and false at the same time. It's kind of like Schrodinger's statement. Got a little bit of water. I really should just sit here and like pump out 50 water. Right. That looks like one I saw on TV program years ago. This version had Actually, the result back was I bet. No, that is something that I don't think I could ever do. Like, I know a lot of people do that when they lose their beloved pets, but I personally can't imagine doing that. That is something that I could not do. I get it why some people do that. I really do. But I wouldn't want that memory. I wouldn't want that memory. Next paradox. Ooh, fun. Alright. We need to give someone bread. Could use 3 milk. Help a bun out. That I can do too. I'm going to pump out a bunch of water and then we'll deliver bread. Unfortunately, we've only got like 10 minutes of stream left, chat. Oh, awesome. I will check that out, Bunny, or Melina. I will check that out. But I don't know. I mean, that is... Being that I live with a senior animal companion at the moment, you do think about stuff like that, and I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. Like, I completely understand people that do, but it would break my heart more than it would give me solace. Like, seeing pictures and stuff is bad enough. I wouldn't want to do the taxidermy thing. That said, I do have, for you people that are also horse people out there, I do have part of the tail of one of the horses that I rode at the barn. And if you know why I have part of the tail. Not like, I have part of the hair from the tail, not the actual tail. No. If a bed is called a bed and a dresser is called a dresser, then why is a bed more comfortable than a dresser? A bed is called a bed and a dresser is called a dresser. Why is a bed more comfortable than a dresser? I would say a bed is more comfortable than a dresser because it has less pointy bits. Because if you look at the word dresser and the word bed, dresser has more pointy bits in the word than bed does. And that's a very abstract answer to your question. Good quandary, though. And that's one of those ones, again, that there is no right answer. It's a good thought experiment. Alright, so we got fitty water now. A barber shaves all men who don't shave themselves. Who shaves the barber? Yeah, that's another good one, Melina. I like that. You know, eventually I will... Ooh. Yeah, I don't know if we need that, though. I want that nut grinder. Quest items. Oh, that's fun. You know what? You just ran yourself out of money to do 2 improvements, so we're gonna grab that nut grinder. That sounds useful. Alright, so we've got some stuff to deliver. Let's see. It was Daisy? Daisy? Yes, Daisy. Sniff. Because I'm pretty sure I've got time bread for her. Which is, I think, what she wants. Third and final paradox. Heck yes. Across the bridge. Oh, hi. Hello, Daisy. I'm just gonna stare at you ominously. Milk bread. Piney. I don't think that's enough, though. Yes! Yes! Perfect! Time bread. I'm sorry. I don't mean to get emotional. That tastes just like something my mom makes. I haven't seen her in so long. You've really made this a special day for me. Ooh! I can make pie! Nice! I can make pie! Woot indeed. Alright, so that was Daisy. Hold on, Daisy. Okay, so we know that Daisy likes Um, flavor. It was piney and earthy. There. Piney, earthy milk bread. There we go. Ooh, okay. Oh god, this question. If you traveled to the past and killed your grandfather before he met your grandmother, you wouldn't have been born. Therefore, you could have never traveled to the past to kill them. How could you travel to the past to kill your grandfather if you had never been born? Alternate timelines and parallel universi. The answer to that question is parallel splinter universes and parallel timelines. Multiverse is the easier way to say it because I was being too wordy. A multiverse would explain how you could do that. Questies. You're looking for questies. So 9 yeast and 3 milk. Okay. 9 yeast and 3 milk. And we also need to ship our bread. Because I need money. 9 yeast, 3 milk. 9 yeast, 3 milk. Just make a whole bunch of yeast. And then milk. Oh, milk. 2, 3. We're just gonna press all of this. Face 2 doors. One leads to death, the other to freedom. The guard lies. Wow, one guard lies, the other one tells the truth. You can ask one question. Oh man, that's a classic riddle there, Melina. It always makes me think of Labyrinth. One of us always tells the truth and one of us always lies. That is a classic riddle. Nope, the cat is not alive, it is a statue. It's a very creepy looking statue, but it is indeed a statue. Also enlarge the bakery, nice. Yeah, I wish there was a faster way to, like, grind flour and stuff. Use storage button. Okay. I would like to put down... There's so much stuff. Let's put down the nut grinder over in this corner here. There. Can I use this? No, because I don't have nuts. Boo. But... Cookware counter. Oh, what is this? Is that decorative or useful? No, it's not. Ooh, okay, I don't know what that does. Butter churn. Getting really crowded in here. Yeah, I figured you'd have to do milk. Alright, so we need to turn all of our oat milk into milk. More oats. That cat. I'm assuming they mean that cat, Melina. The cat that has indeed seen things. And I'm just kind of killing time until that bread is done so we can get it shipped. Oh, stretch. We gotta grind all this flour, too. No, are you telling me this stuff is done? No, 7 o'clock. No, actually, I just realized something. I wonder... What if I take this over here? No? You need to shape the dough first. Okay. We'll do a loaf. There. Now, what if I do it over here? Baked good can go right into the oven. Okay. I was hoping that it would let me do something else. You can sit right there. I will roll you out later. Just kind of waiting for those baked goods to finish so I can get them shipped. Because I need money. Money. Money, money, money. So I wonder if later on the seed bunny will start carrying more seeds, because it seems like there isn't a lot. No, I don't want to do that, please. Aw, that's adorable, Batman. Alright, I don't want to wander too far from home. Like, you want to go do stuff, Craps, but you know that your bread will be done soon. So we're gonna stand here and stare at the oven until the bread is done. Perfect. You can go ahead and grab that. Come on. Put all this stuff too close together. Alright, that can go in. That wasn't what I meant to do, but sure. And then we'll do bop, bop, bop. Nothing added in. Bop, 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 bop. And done. Okay, cool. Now let's go deliver that milk. And that's for Moose. Moose is the miner. Pretty sure Moose Miner. I need more seeds. I need more food. Never-ending cycle of a game that allows me to do farming. Sugarcane in there. And the wheat seeds. Glad that the game doesn't seem to really care about me, like, making this make sense. Alright, now we need to find Moose, and unfortunately I don't remember what he looks like just from looks. He probably walked right in front of me and I didn't even see him. They're bogs. Oh, maybe he's in his house right now. Looks like it. No, God, no, there's never enough seeds. I agree. Okay, so he's not in his house. Where is he? In the mine? No. Where you at, Moose? Okay, you want me to go back across? Okay. I feel like I'm going the wrong way. Feel like I was going the wrong way. No, I'm not. I'm not. Dude's over here somewhere. Maybe in the bar? No. Wait. Yeah, he's in the bar. Hi, Moose. Hi, buddy. Oh, is that what I think it is? Oh, you're not going to make me beg, are you? Nope. We'll be fine. Put this to good use. At least show it off a little. It's milk. Who are you going to show it to? Very cute. Alright, well, that quest is done. I haven't really a quest, it's just a thing to do. And we need 9 yeast to Bella. I don't know if I have 9 yeast. Let me see. We have no yeast? Oh, apparently I need to make yeast. Okie dokie. Wow, that goes fast. We are not going to do that. We're going to ship stuff. We're going to save the game. And unfortunately, though, friends, Unfortunately, that is where I am going to call it for today because I do have stuff that I need to attend to, and my stomach will not stop growling. My stomach will not stop growling. So we're going to go ahead and give this a savey save and then go to the title screen. But yeah, thank you, chat, for putting up for me today. I know that we started late because of that doctor's appointment, but hey, we finished Doki Monsters. I call that a win, even if it's a short stream. Whenever we finish a game, I call that a win. Unfortunately, though, that's going to be it for me today. Today is Tuesday. Yes, I'm all messed up because of the holiday yesterday. Today is Tuesday, which means there is no stream this evening from myself or Zero. It is our Final Fantasy raid night. So I will be back tomorrow morning with Crosscode. Normal stream, normal start time, and all that fun stuff. So won't be anything weird going on tomorrow. And then just as a reminder, because of the charity stream on Friday, I am taking this Thursday off to try and make sure that I get everything done and ready and set for a Friday. So, kind of another weird week, but after the charity stream, things should go mostly back to normal. Mostly. Right now, though, I'm going to find someone nice to leave you all with, and then that will be it for today. So, again, thank you for putting up with me starting late again because of doctor's visits, but those should be done now for a while. Unless something really crazy comes up, those should be done for a couple of months at least. Right now, though, I think we are going to raid on into who is doing something fun. Not taking mind to matter. Thank you. And as always, thank you everyone for stopping by. It is always wonderful to see everybody. Always a fantastic time. Always a fantastic time hanging out with you all. But I think for today, we are going to raid on into. Oh, who haven't I rated recently? Who have I not rated recently? You know what? They are just getting started. So we are going to raid on into a Kagan today. Kagan is an absolutely lovable being, and I want to give them some love today. Plus, they're just getting started. So yeah, we're gonna give some love to Kagan today. So get that raid started. And again, thank you so much everyone for keeping me company today and for putting up with the weird schedule it's been for the past couple of weeks. Hopefully as the summer goes on, things will go to normal, but time will tell on that. For now though, that's going to be it for me. So again, thank you so much everyone for keeping me company today. And until we see each other again, stay safe, stay healthy. Remember to always, always, always stay crafty. Gonna be seeing y'all again real soon.